That's what I'm talking about!
Baller alert. Calling out baller alert. Got no problems with baller alert.
Fuck all you hoes! Fuck all you hoes! Till I die, motherfucker! Talking.
Happy InDENTpendence Day. Welcome everybody, let's go.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm a moonshine sipper, straight slipping in the darkness. Far from heartless, I'm more like the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I've never been the smartest, but make no mistake, I hit the fucking hardest. Devil without a cause, you heard me screaming, and 20 years later, bitch, I still fucking mean it. Fucker, fucker, you ain't never met a motherfucker like this. Kiss my ass, then you can suck a dick. Sideways, my way, or the highway. Listen up, ain't nothing changed here, I still don't give a fuck. So what the fuck's up with all the backlash? You snowflakes, here's a news flash. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Years ago, we all thought it was a joke, see? That every kid got a motherfucking trophy. But yo, homie, here's a situation. A nation of pussies is our next generation. You never tell me shit, you'll never flip my script, because I'm more outrageous than the Vegas Strip. You're like Mayberry, bitch, I'm hard and crisp. High risk, hillbilly, but I'm filthy rich. You're like really vanilly, kinda silly as shit. I'm like Shotgun Willie, smoking Phillies and shit. I'm like Reverend Ron, or David Lee Roth, like Springsteen, bitch, I'm the motherfucking boss. James Dean shit, I'm more like Brad Pitt, a little less pretty, but I slang more dick. I twang more riffs, I slide through grass, I rip more lines than a 10-pound bass. Pass the mic, I'm like slow gin fizz. It ain't nobody.
Kid Rock with Don't Tell Me How to Live. And since I played a conservative adjacent song, now I only feel like I have to play a liberal adjacent song, because today is a day where we celebrate the entirety of the United States, the greatest country ever, except Bulgaria.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Who do we want? We want HRC. She doesn't bake cookies, doesn't play much golf, and the whole world is watching her persistent cough. Has the wicked witch a glass of water? Careful not to spill it, you might melt the Donald. She's already done the math, and she's ready with a plan, and she's always got to work twice as hard as every man. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Trump has got to go. I'm with her to the top. She's with us. We won't stop. I'm with her to the top. She's with us. We won't stop. I want a problem solver, to rock climb, a pantsuit wearing her historical first time. I want a listener, a negotiator, a legal scholar, Supreme Court nominator. We can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait. Trump thinks Putin is a very strong leader, just like him, a fascist bottom feeder.
Okay, I give up. Roll the intro. This is terrible. This song is like 5 minutes long.
Decision.
Hillary is not even trendy anymore, dude.
The chocolate starfish!
Meerkat Mall.
Welcome everybody. You just heard the song I'm With Her by Le Tigre. So welcome, happy InDENTpendence Day, InDENTpendence Day, or any other celebration that you're doing today. And what better way to celebrate the American spirit and American culture than watch the ultimate, some might even say penultimate American, Darkside Phil. And we're gonna watch his 4th of July celebration from last year, because this year's hasn't happened yet. And I can't watch it because I'm going to be busy tonight. Fortunately, this video has timestamps. Then after that, we can do some other stuff. Since I got, what is that, 3.5 hours until I officially finish my work day. But I've already done everything I had to do. So I'm just kind of like chilling, interacting, existing. So I'm like, why not boot up a stream and promise people that I'm going to stream more often and then lie about it? Let's do that. And I'm doing that right now. I was thinking about watching this Chill with Phil impromptu hangout session, but I listened to it in the background yesterday during work, and it was dog shit. Like, there's nothing I can say about most of this stuff. And a big chunk of it is him talking about, like, how healthy he is and, like, what was it? Good calories and bad calories and stuff like that. And I just hate all those kind of discussions, especially when it comes from Darkside Phil. So yes, this is, I can safely confirm that this is trash. This is actual trash. He's been acting up on Twitter, also known as x.com for the Americans. They call me DSP. Do I need to put the @ Let's try without it. Oh, it works without it. It's the one thing that still works on Twitter. So Friday is my InDENTpendence Day. So this, I guess, this marathon is going to be him retiring the vests and hats, even though they've been retired for a long time ago, because he doesn't do that gimmick. But he's going to do that again, because now it's we need to do something for 4th of July. We definitely need to. Obviously, he's blocked me. And the tweet that got me blocked, I think, was... he was talking something about legalities and somebody doing some illegal shit. And I just replied with, like, you committed bankruptcy fraud and tax fraud. Because he knows very well that he committed those things. He is very aware of doing it. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Here we have a baby man tweet. I'm just going to let the great AI here read it for me.
Never before have I seen a bigger group of babies than tonight's opponents in CVS2. CVS2. Not all. You might like.
What? Bro.
Post.
This is Elon Musk's fault. All right, I haven't seen a bigger group of babies than tonight's opponents in CVS2. Not all of them, but some of these people were so awful. Just roll/throwing, picking up R3s, 4s in lag, then rage quitting. They rage quit, by the way. When I OCV'd them. Take the L and give me your points. Don't be a bitch. Also, one of my favorite tweets. I have to remind you that this is a thing that happened. This is a thing that he said at one point. LOL, grow a pair and shut the fuck up or get off online play. That goes for everyone who spams shit online and lag and thinks they're hot shit. Life is too short to take yourself seriously or think that any of this matters. Now fuck off. Thanks. I guess none of this matters, actually. There you go. Huge surprise. None of this matters. But it does when he's winning. It only doesn't matter when he doesn't want you to care about it because it makes him look bad. And it matters in the cases where he is extremely successful, much as it is now. Microsoft is in the news, but we're not going to do like a DSP news segment. They're in the news because they fired a bunch of people and also applied for a bunch of H-1B visas. So Microsoft can be completely taken over by Indians. Which is going to go great. That's, as always, Indians are known for their flourishing culture and extremely great work ethic and professionalism. Shout out to Jade for the tip.
Hey Bob, I glad you stream. Todd out say he do marathon but he scam like usual, so I joy you be here.
Oh, I not be here tonight, Oos. I not be here tonight. I'm here until my work clock expires, and then I'm gonna clock out of the stream, and I'm gonna clock out of my job, and then I'm gonna fuck off. I'm not gonna be here tonight, Oos. Because then, you know, with the time zones and shit, even if I really wanted to do it, I would have to stay up until like 4 or 5 a.m. It's just not worth it for a DSP marathon in the year of 2025. But maybe he's going to get drunk and maybe he's going to cry again, which is pretty likely. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people to cover this. So you can hang out with them. So, yeah, this is him rage quitting. Not rage quitting, wage quitting, I guess. Board quitting. Engage quitting. The Taxi Life game. And he did a chill with Phil thing that I told you was garbage. And that's it. His Twitter is just this. I mean, I can scroll endlessly, infinitely, literally infinitely. And it's just going to be this. Faces of him streaming on Twitter, streaming on YouTube, streaming on fucking Kick, whatever, everything. Hey, big ups XJS for the 5 memberships, dude. Congrats to the people that got them. And yeah, this is it. This is just what his feed looks like now. There's nothing interesting. Except here when he said that he's going to sue people. For some reason, this got over 560 likes, which I, for the life of me, cannot understand why. Did people actually buy into the hype that he was legit going to do it? I don't think he did. I don't think they did. So anyways, let's go into this. See what he said about 4th of July, because you bet your ass today he's going to say the exact same thing. Because there's not many things you can say. There's going to be some filibustering and whatever, the usual DSP speeches. Going to be like, whoa, we're a great country, blah, blah, blah. But I'll just let him tell you about it.
Alrighty, everyone. Indeed, happy 4th of July, or Independence Day, as it's known here in the United States where I live, with a viewership of about 48%.
And this is, by the way, almost exactly to the minute 1 year ago, because, of course, it's like 4th of July. So, yes, we get to see all the changes that have happened. So, we got a bunch of new gear, and outside of that, like, what is this shirt? This shirt is garbage. That's all I'm going to say.
I must say that today is a momentous day for many of us, although more than half my viewership is international. Today is a national holiday here. How do you celebrate it? Well, you drink. That's pretty much right. You're off from work, so you drink. You sit around drinking all day.
Kind of the same way you celebrate everything else. You just gather with people that you like, and you eat food, and you drink, and maybe you throw out fireworks and stuff. You know, the usual fun stuff.
You grill out. You get together with family and friends. Spend some time doing outdoorsy activities, perhaps. Maybe play some sports. Watch some sports. I know that watching sports today is also a big thing in the United States. But in general, celebrate our independence from, we said, tyranny. It's funny what side of history you sit on.
Bro, just finish the sentence. Come on.
Yeah, it's our national holiday once a year. And for me, originally this was actually going to be my day off, but things got all shuffled around. And it just so happens that here I am. I'm here today all day on stream with all of you. I don't know realistically how many viewers I will have today.
Damn, this pop-up is huge.
48% of my audience is celebrating a national holiday today. So very well, many of you particularly.
Are we really instantly gonna talk about like that he expects he's gonna have low views? Like Dark Side Phil, bro, you are literally just like a shitty gaming streamer. You shouldn't be expecting this level of attention. You don't really mean much to those people. You're just a fucking shitty streamer.
Live. And if that's the case, I wish you the best. I hope that everyone out there has a safe and fun holiday. I hope to hear all about it when you do return to my content and streams. But for those of you who are here live, welcome. For anyone here who is not an American, well, happy normal Thursday, right? So, today I'm back.
So good.
And it is a full week of streams.
So here we're gonna have a gaming schedule. Is this all? I think that's like actually all about 4th of July. Oh no, we have a 4th of July celebration segment.
Get hot dogs and other summer-esque food. Oh, I totally forgot to mention it. So today is the 4th of July. Typically, what do people do on 4th of July? They cook out things like, meats, hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, chicken. Today, for dinner, my wife and I are having bison burgers.
Oh, yeah. Remember the bison burger?
All day in stream.
Yeah, the bison burger. Good times.
The stream is over. I'm eating bison burgers for dinner. So bison on the stream and then bison in my stomach.
Whoa. And bison in your bed.
There you go. But
I'm kidding. They sleep in separate beds, allegedly.
But anyway, summer beach party. Have a tropical backdrop. Yes. I'll have a beach ball, and I'll wear a floaty. I'll wear like a big inner tube all stream.
The swaying is insane, by the way. Look at all this swaying.
Bonanza amplitory.
And the hairline aged pretty badly.
In a bikini, they will lose it. I like my audience to be able to watch, right? There you go.
Okay, is this it? So this is all about 4th of July that I had to know. As a foreigner, this is all I need to know. It's a holiday where Americans celebrate their independence by eating burgers and hot dogs. Which sounds pretty cool. That's my type of celebrating. I celebrate every day.
There you go. All right. So anyway.
And that's it?
Start.
Oh my god.
Planning.
Let's see. Maybe yesterday he had a decent pre-stream. Yeah, the Independence Day Marathon. Hats, vests, booze, food, and holiday fun. Holiday fun especially. That's going to be so celebratory and holidaic. Yeah, so here's the thing. Here's where I got felted today. I'm going to go on my page for a moment. How do I do that from here? Oh, literally an icon for that. So, somebody posted on Kiwi Farms that he modded out, because he was installing mods on the fucking, what was that name? GTA 4. That someone modded out the titties and put bras on the NPCs. So then to check this, I literally installed GTA and went to the strip club. And then I bust a quick nut, because I was there anyways. But that's unrelated to my investigation. So I went to the strip club, and I found out what? The stripper actually has a bra. So he didn't mod them out, and I got debunked, and I deleted my OG post. Even though that would have been the funniest shit ever. The funniest shit ever, in the most dark side Phil thing ever, would be if he went out of his way to mod out sexual content out of a video game. Because then I started looking for mods that even do that, and I couldn't find a single one. All of those mods were making the strippers more sexy, as you could assume. Oh yeah, this narrative of making people rage quit in CVS too, because they didn't want to rematch him. That means they rage quit. He puts thoughts and emotions in their head. But then when he rage quits, he tries to justify how he actually didn't. This is why people want him to fail in fighting games. Because when he wins at literally everything, he's the most obnoxious, arrogant cunt that exists. The most obnoxious one. He's the worst. The worst. Absolutely despicable bastard. So, here we got what? Oh, we got, okay. Anthem shutting down. I thought that shut down like 2 years ago. In GTA 4 with mods. So, let's skip through this. And who appears in this video? John Romero and Brenda Romero, because their studio got shut down. And I'm definitely going to skip that segment, because it's just a replay of the other day's segment about the Microsoft layoffs, which are bad. Like, people losing their jobs is bad. And Microsoft gaming division is not run well. Obviously, this, you can ask like a single cell organism about that, and it's going to tell you that exact same thing. Except DSP is going to tell you that exact same thing for like 45 minutes. That's the benefit that you get for watching him. So if you happen to be out of the room when he was talking about it, then you have the chance to come back, and he's still going to be talking about it. And you're going to hear the same information like 6 times.
And after a few days of hardship and pain, today we have Grand Theft Auto 4 with mods on PC. It took a while to get it up and running, and I'll talk a little bit about that and why it was a pain in the butt, but we got it going. We're going to have all kinds of good stuff added to the game, which we'll discuss.
Oh yeah, I forgot shout-outs. Shout out to Naga for the membership, Iwamoto for 13 months, and Snood for 31 months.
Taste of GTA.
And shout out to Vikes for this tip that the TTS is going to read. I'm too lazy. So thank you, the TTS as well. TTS Indian.
Make absolutely amazing food, but you know that dumb puppy C mammal count will find a way to fork it up, and Sir Snort will tell us how she did willingly. I told her she could be a chef, but she just waddled away.
She could be a chef. Yes, that's when he starts like upselling stuff like that, it's amazing. Because she had like a swimsuit model body. She could be a chef. She's a passionate gamer. All this stuff is just so funny.
kind of, satiate our appetite. I haven't played a GTA in
Yummy.
a couple of years. It was GTA 5 I played like 2 years ago.
I still insist that GTA 4 is the best one. Maybe I'm biased because I played it when it came out and I was pretty young, so it's still like a great, somewhat childhood teenage memory. And also, I don't know. It's my favorite one, and I think it's the best one from pretty much every perspective.
GTA Remastered Ultimate Edition collection of the original games, which was not very good, if you remember. It was pretty buggy at launch, and over time...
Wait, what? Big ups Paradox for the $20, dude. Let's hear this. This time it's gonna be from the Indian.
Hope the twink comments aren't why you don't turn your cam on anymore. Sorry if they are. Hopefully this makes up for it.
No, it's not that, but I'll still take your money regardless. I can turn on my camera right now. If you want to see me. It's just more comfortable when I just don't do that. Because sometimes I would go to the bathroom. I don't want you to see that I'm not here. Sometimes this, sometimes that. Here I am. This is me. I'm literally here. That's it. It's just more practical for me to not have it on. And I don't think you care that much if I have it on or not.
Time they did it.
You know what I look like.
And make it better.
But thank you very much, dude.
Launch, and it was kind of a mess. So, anyway... Good stuff there. Now, the late stream tonight is Thursday Night Fights. Since tomorrow is a special...
Oh, yeah, this is getting aggressively skipped.
Excited to play more and hopefully level up more. I'll be attempting to play on PS5 and see if there's comp, and if not, we can always switch back over to PC. Speaking of which, just a quick addendum for PS5.
Addendum.
You guys don't remember, this year we've had some issues with PS5 capture and broadcasting. For some bizarre reason, whenever I hooked up my PS5 Pro and we started playing games, there'd be an audio desync. And it would usually happen 1 to 2 times every stream, and I would have to restart.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I think it's worth making a disclaimer about this. Since I'm at work, I might get an email or something that demands my attention, so I'll just go take care of it, and I'll let you know in advance. It hasn't happened yet, but I just feel like I should let you know.
Live during the stream to fix it. And no one could really get to the root cause of it. So last week, when I was playing Death Stranding 2, I said, I wonder, if there's anything here we can do with audio settings. And we went into the audio settings of the PS5 Pro. We just kind of messed with it.
Again, more dumbass troubleshooting.
Because we wanted to test it.
So annoying.
For like the spatial audio, what you can do if you have like a Sony TV that syncs with the PS5 Pro.
TWINKBTW.
And you're old, Sclerotic. You're old. And I'm young. And you are old. The future is now, old man. Go to the old folks' home. Make sure you still have Wi-Fi so you can watch me. Kiss, kiss.
Bro,
yeah.
Audio of the speakers that
big ups Sclerotic for the €2.
TV and like give you surround sound through the TV. It's a whole bizarre thing, right? We went to do it. It didn't work. The TV went silent.
Whoa.
It wouldn't put out
no way.
Audio, so I had to turn it off, and then it basically started working again.
Why does anybody care about this, actually? I think this is the question we should ask.
There's no audio desync.
Whoa, no audio desync?
Death Stranding 2 and CVS 2, nothing. So I don't know what it is, what caused it, but it seems like we fixed it. Don't ask me. I'm not the techie guy who would be able to figure
Not the techie guy.
But I'm just happy that it's not happening anymore. Obviously, I'd rather have no audio issues than having desync constantly. This is great for upcoming playthroughs. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 won't have it.
This is such like autopilot speech. This is actual like filibustering. Yeah, I would prefer to not have technical issues than have technical issues. I would prefer the first option, not having them. I would prefer.
Ghost of Yotei won't have it.
Like actual
and other playthroughs on
worthless speech.
Speaking of which,
when you have to reach the word count on an essay, this is what this is.
Stranding 2 continues. Yesterday, you guys showed up, engaged, and supported the game. We hit our goals and exceeded them, and people seemed to enjoy the stream, so Death Stranding 2 will continue in the rotation. As long as you guys want it, I'm down for it. All right? So we'll keep it going. It will continue next week. Sweet. All right. However, one quick note. Taxi Life, the driving simulator based in Barcelona, Spain, is over after 5 hours. We played it for 2 streams.
Oh, we're going to have the eulogy for that.
The entire
Then we're gonna talk about what is the next game I'm gonna play with the pedals and the wheel.
audience was bored. People were just like, Phil,
I mean, yeah.
sucks because
Look. It would be a great stream if he like role plays a normal taxi driver, like one of those annoying ones, you know, when you get in the cab and the guy just really, really wants to talk to somebody about anything. So if he started like talking about like why Cat is fat and that she's sick and that his gout came back and a bunch of shit like this, it would be so much more entertaining. But I guess his gameplay of just sitting there in the car and driving and every once in a while begging, which, yeah, not very engaging.
because we want to have a game where we can interact with you. We want to have a game where we can hang out and chill and have a good time together. And sadly, when you're playing Taxi Life, it really is such hectic driving. You know, there's
Hectic driving.
stop and go, stop.
Really?
Pedestrians are walking across the street right in front of your moving.
Come on.
And you have to pay such attention to the game.
Talking while driving, a thing commonly associated with literally everybody. Everybody has done this. People have like a hands-free Bluetooth thing where they talk on the phone. They talk to the passengers. No, you guys, I can't talk to you about anything because in this video game, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic. He's driving within the speed limit. Of course you can talk.
You can't read our chat messages.
And also, I thought it was boring. I thought everyone was clocked out and it was fucking boring as shit. But he just said it was like so intense and there was so much traffic and you have to react all the time. That sounds interesting.
And interact with us. So, yeah, sad, but people just didn't really like it. So I said, all right, it's
Sad but true.
5 hours. It's good enough. I got my money's worth out of the game. I'm not upset. Now we still have one driving sim in the rotation. That's American Trucking Simulator, which is doing well. We're actually going to new states and stuff because I bought a bunch of DLCs. I guess what we will do is...
Oh, yeah, so he started drinking this Truly Unruly, which is the first time I heard his now. It's a pretty dumbass name. I hate names of stuff that rhymes. But yeah, I think he used to drink White Claws, but then Justin Wong became a White Claw representative, and he switched to this brand, which to me sounds like a knockoff White Claw, but I don't know. It might be the best. Might be the GOAT.
Convene and see, hey, is there a
But I think he did it because of that.
wheel that I have on my PC that you guys...
And I'm sure he's going to make a bunch of like fake ass reasons why he prefers that to the White Claw. He's going to be like, oh, the White Claw is a little bit like too... It's too like sweet, and I'm trying to live like more healthy and have less sweets, so I'm just gonna drink this one, okay?
like to try.
It's a lot healthier for you.
Or do we just stick to driving sims like truck?
He's a health addict nowadays.
Right, but anyway,
he's a maniac.
We swapped around, and we just did a Q&A session, chill with Phil for like an hour and a half, and I had a good time with it. Most people did. We didn't hit the goal, but I'm not going to be upset about not hitting the goal when we did an on-the-fly change like that. Still had a good time, still decent support, so...
This is implying that it is normal to be upset that you don't hit a funding goal for your stream. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
It's all good. So,
what is DSP? He is weird. He's supposed to be weird.
Remember, the reward is the Grillo's Pickles menu from Sonic for DSP Tries It. They put it on the app as of yesterday, so pickles are back on the menu. And the sooner that we get to 50 goals, the sooner we will try the menu. Now, obviously today, I doubt we're going to hit 7 goals. So we're not doing it today.
Why not? If you beg hard enough. Ask and you shall receive, right? I love how he used that as an excuse to literally beg people for money. Ask and you shall receive. Sure, man. That applies in every situation. Of course it does.
And we're going to talk about that. It is InDENTpendence Day. Tomorrow...
Can you imagine DSP and Ket swapping jobs for a week? He would cry about being worked to the bone, and she'd be disgusted by how easy his job actually is. Also, big ups Twink Army.
Big ups the Twink Army. We have our I should reach out to the Twinkies to sponsor me. Get sponsored by the Twinkies. Then we can have a Twink, the Twink Tries It Twinkies. That's a brand deal I can get behind. But yeah, I do see where you're coming from. Cat's gonna be surprised at how easy his job is, but also, is it easy? I'm gonna go into the Hassan Piker streaming is hard territory, because I know it is easy compared to like a regular job, But doing DSP's job in particular and constantly having people shit on you and call you names and you having to deal with that and absorb that toxicity, that is difficult. It is mentally challenging, at least. But good thing is that Kat is mentally challenged. So she's going to fit right in. It's going to be a perfect job for her.
All day long, we are going to chill here on DSP Gaming together. I am going to be doing several different things at once. First off, I'm going to be cleaning out this closet for the first time in around 3 years. We actually did this in 2022, and it actually ended up being one of the most popular events I did all year. I think what it was, people just like to chill with me, and when I'm pulling random crap out of my closet and showing it off, it's kind of cool. This time around,
it took him like 17 years to realize that all people want to do is chill with him.
Actually be in full HD, great visuals, auto-adjusting camera.
Whoa, auto-adjusting camera.
Peach fuzz camera.
Nah, bro, come on, no.
So it'll be cool. You'll be able to see.
No, you can't upsell this shit to me like this. Come on. This is going to be so much cooler because I have an adjustable camera now.
Art and things that I have in there. I'll be able to show off my game collection in full HD. It'll be pretty cool. All right. But in addition to that, which is...
Not even he is sold on this. He doesn't believe this is cool. He just said he doesn't even understand why people like it.
Kind of a busy work thing that just needs to get done. It's going to be the retirement stream for my vests and hats. If you remember through the years of 2020 through 2024, whenever I hit milestones of support on a stream, I would put on a silly hat or a vest or whatever.
I hope he cries again today.
He actually might, though. Didn't he cry? Hold on. Didn't he cry about tea in one of the first clearance things? Hold on. DSP Gaming cries about tea. Let's just write it like that. It's not this crying segment. It's not this crying segment. This is depression. I don't think... No, he didn't cry here. He just yelled at people. It's the one with the San Andreas hat. I think it was. Can I find him? DSP crying. There's surprisingly many clips of him crying. You hear it crying again. Here's when the guy died in Spider-Man. When the guy's wife died in Spider-Man. Then here we got... No, not this. Come on. This can't be unfindable. I'm just really stupid at finding stuff recently. Notice this, by the way. His video of admitting he played WWE Champions the whole time only got like 8,000 views. And this is some of the biggest drama he's ever been a part of. And people were so convinced that it was true, they didn't even fucking bother watching this video. I thought this video would have at least like 20, 30,000 views. It was very surprising. I guess it was just that obvious. He should have... I forgot. Cashed out on this idea a long time ago. A long time before that, when it was actually hot. He would have just had like some surprise stream. Guess what, you guys? I fucking lied. And my trolls were right. But yeah, he was waiting until the last minute. He was waiting until the moment he got exposed to admit. Which is the dumbest shit you can do. Because then you're not really admitting. You're just being put in a corner where you have nothing else to do but actually admit it. I can't fucking find it. This is insane. Big ups Yucky Garbage for the membership, dude. Crying. I just can't. I'll find it another time, I guess. But you know what I mean. Is with the San Andreas hat. It's an iconic DSP crying segment. Iconic. We got the little whimper in there, too. It was one of the first times he actually broke down crying. Cries at losing members. It's not this one, but this is another crying segment. I told you, he cried a lot.
So, now, we are going to do that again. It's been done for a year, but we're going to bring it back one day only, out of retirement. And when we...
It's here. It has to be here. It has to be here. Classic consoles and 12-year-old travel essentials. It has to be here. It was this hat somewhere here. It wasn't backwards, though. So, maybe it's going to be here. Come on, please be this. Oh, no, Lost Finds? I thought it would be Lost Friends. God damn it, DSP. All your shit's so confusing.
Every $50, I'm going to be putting on either a hat or a vest during the course of the stream. I've got over a dozen hats. I've got like 8+ vests. So we've got a lot to get through. And every time that I put on this silly stuff, obviously, it's going to be funny. But then we're going to retire that stuff and I'm going to put it into a storage bin, and maybe we will pull this out every once in a while for a special event, like maybe every year. If this is, popular, if it does well, maybe we'll do InDENTpendence Day every single year and have it as an annual event, similar to how I do my Halloween and Christmas marathons. It could be a really cool thing to
You look so dumb in this outfit, man. It looks so bad.
I'll be drinking. I have a ton of
He's gonna be
different
drinking.
shots, including 3 kinds of flavored moonshine, horchata. In addition to that, we've got those 99 fruits shots back and more. So I've got all kinds of stuff to drink during the stream, and there will be a big meal. My wife is going to be making an American barbecue meal with barbecue chicken and some homemade amazing mac and cheese, plus some other sides. So it should be a good day, hanging out, having a good time.
Yo, here it is. Here it is. Thank you, Lemtix. Thank you.
Getting some shots in.
I knew somebody had it, and I knew this was the thumbnail. I just couldn't tell who that was. And it was Mighty D. Big ups Broside Phil for 15 months, dude. And Yucky Garbage, I think I gave a shout out, but we have another one. It's here somewhere. Yeah, it's here. Like, yeah.
You see? Between the two of us, there was no way that we were going to get a whole set for each of us. It wasn't possible. Okay? And they didn't exist anymore. You couldn't get them anymore. Once they were in the arcades for that first, 6 months, Street Fighter 2 was out. Once they were gone, they were gone. That was the end. They were, there was no way to get these ever again. They weren't sold anywhere. That was it. So basically we sat there, they had tables in the back of the arcade, and we were looking at what we had. And we were going to do the swap. And T basically goes, you know what, man? He goes,
Such a great vibe, by the way.
he said, you know what, man? You just have them. He said, just have them. Just take them. And he gave me them all.
All right, that's it with that. You're gonna ruin my vibe, Burnell.
Great day. Now listen.
Listen.
Understand.
Let's change the topic.
A lot of people.
Let's beg for money.
July 4th, the National Independence Day here in the United States tomorrow.
Yo, he did the same shit as last year. I know a lot of people are not gonna be able to watch the stream, but you guys, please, come on. At least, swing by for 3 seconds to give me $100 and then fuck off. Please, it's important.
I'm streaming all day.
Not for you, but for me.
Starting off early in the morning, 11 o'clock, and going all the way to 8, 9 p.m. So, hey, if you could just stop by at some point during the day and say hello, that would be sweet. If you can't make it, it's all good. Obviously, the event will be on demand after the fact, and you can watch it. But it would be nice if you could stop by and hang out with me and just say hi if you have a chance. Many of you don't live in the United States. I'm well aware that it's roughly 50% of my viewership aren't in the USA. So in that case, hey, come on by and hang out with me. During the day when most people will be busy in the U.S., I'll be here all day spending time with you guys and chilling and having a good one. Okay? I'm also going to look for a patriotic background. I do believe that there is a, an American flag background that I can use. I'll have to take a look. Flags of our users is one of them. Yeah, it used to be American flag, but they changed it to flags of our users. And I think
What do you mean, like a green screen?
America and others. So I can maybe do an American flag, or maybe I can do fireworks, red, white, and blue and stuff like that in the background.
Or does he mean the RGBs? Is that what he considers a background?
Seeing him cry makes me feel bad for him, but then I remember that empathy is his ultimate weapon, the best way for him to exploit people. Wet facts, Snortalini.
That is true. I agree. Big up Siwamoto for the $1. But also, I don't feel bad for him for crying, because you shouldn't be fucking crying on the internet over whatever the fuck. Because people are going to laugh at you. Like I said last time, even if you make a good point, somebody can bring up you crying and can be like, oh, is that you? Is this you, buddy? And then you're depicted as a crybaby, which means that you lose. Because this is how the internet works. It's not about making good points or having conversations. Conversations are for retards. It's about fun and entertainment and hype.
So, This should be fun tomorrow. I hope you'll join me all day long. But that's kind of why my...
Because now when he cuts a promo on fucking Neil Druckmann or, I don't know, whatever the fuck, Low Tier God, I'll just pull up the 10 videos of him crying over like a video game character dying. And I'll be like, Phil, is this you? Is this you, the tough guy, Burnell? Big ball Burnell? And that completely negates and absorbs all the damage that he's going to do from whatever the fuck he says in that promo.
Different this week. That's why we're not doing Friday Night Fights and there's no gameplay tomorrow.
Tragic.
Now,
Local
by the
Seattle
way,
man scared of virtual women.
Yep. Yet again. I don't think he's scared of him, though, in the way of, like, fear. I think he's, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on many topics. Like I said last time, I don't think he's an alcoholic either. I don't think he has a substance abuse issue or a dependency. Because, like, when I hear alcoholic, I'm thinking dependency. You need this thing to exist. I think he can go by perfectly well without drinking. I think he just drinks because it makes everything more fun and his life is boring as fuck. So, if you have a boring as fuck life where all you have to do is sit inside and play video games, you would like to be drunk, preferably, because that makes things more interesting and enjoyable. And it makes you more open to having fun and being entertaining, which is what having a live stream is about. Big ups Insignificant Human for 21 months, dude.
For the record, if we get bored or if I finish cleaning out the closet and we want to do something else, we can. If you want me to silly jump into something and play for a minute.
Silly jump in at something?
We have options. It's okay. If
you just jump in the normal way?
Through the things that we were going to do. If you don't just want to sit here all day and clean out the closet and do something.
Oh, yeah. I get this. I get that he blew money on the mobile game and he's addicted to it. I think he kind of has to do that. I think that's, if anything, he's got a problem with that. But that's more of like a gambler's thing and not like a substance abuse. Because the gambling thing is a different. It's still an addiction, sure. I understand that. I'm not disputing that. I do think he's the gambler mindset that gets easily addicted to stuff like that. But with the alcohol specifically, I think it's just because it makes everything more fun.
Gaming, but I don't want to commit to that because I don't want to upset people if we don't get to it. I don't want people, oh, he said he was going to play GTA 4. When does it start? When does it start? I'd rather just have it be casual. Okay?
If not an alcoholic, he at least has an issue with dopamine regulation or has a dopamine addiction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say everybody, but many people nowadays, especially with the way that TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is destroying your attention span and you're constantly looking for dopamine. Like that's kind of a normal thing. Considering that he's been almost exclusively playing video games and watching TV for like 17 years now, he doesn't really have any downtime in that where he gets to, like, his brain gets to act normally. He's constantly exposed to this. I think, yeah, I would agree. Definitely a dopamine issue.
So, it should be a great day, and I certainly hope that you will join me. Yes, Mozzie, I'll be writing names all over my body for contributions. Anyone who contributes $50, I'll write your name, I'll tattoo it all over my body, so I'll look like the Inked Man or, you know... Of course.
Why is this funny? But showing us your underwear was not funny for money, and showing us your feet for money was not funny, and was serious. It's a serious thing that he wanted to do.
You know, that stupid gimmick that everybody else does.
Everybody else does this, by the way. Can he name a single person that does it? If everybody else does it, there can be at least one example.
That's actually what the whole vests and hat thing was about.
Really?
There was an epidemic around 2020 of people who were becoming streamers.
None of this is true.
The only reason they were doing it was to milk money out of their viewers by doing dumb stunts, like literally taking their clothes off on stream, jumping into a hot tub or a thing of Jell-O, or riding an inflatable Pickle Rick and writing the names of their contributors all over their bodies. It was disgusting, quite frankly.
Sure.
It was revolting. It was absolutely unacceptable.
Oh, so this was okay. So this was DSP's answer to the streamer epidemic, to do this ironically. The reality is, what it was that someone once saw him wear a vest that he put on, and they were like, "Hey, Phil, you should fucking charge people money for wearing this vest." And then he's like, "You know what? I will." And then he made his whole stream about that specific idea. And that's it. It was literally a gimmick. A thing, a device to exploit people for money and try and pretend like it's something important, like it's a statement of positivity. No, it's not. It's just a vest that he decided means something.
And legally.
Because those people that were jumping in fucking jello and or doing actual stunts are more interesting than a fucking geezer wearing a normal ass vest and constantly pestering you to give him money.
And therefore, I was trying to basically make a spin off of that, say, hey, if you can do that stupid shit, I can do the opposite.
Yeah, now it's like it's like a Nathan Fielder level of a joke, some elaborate joke that he thought about that nobody else could have come up with. He's gonna do the thing ironically, and then make his whole stream be about asking for money to do the thing. It's so great.
And make a living because you're so dumb. You think you have to get naked and degrade yourself. Well, I'll put more things on, and I'll do better than you.
No, you didn't. But you didn't do better than them though. Those people got like legit huger audiences, and they make a lot more money. That's why you were mad at them. You're not mad at them because they have gimmicks. Because if they had gimmicks that you think would work for you, you would steal them. Like you stole all the fucking gimmicks you got right now.
So there you go. Anyway, so that is tomorrow. I'm excited for that, and I hope that you all are too. I just want to remind everyone, I will be off from streaming both Saturday and Sunday of this week. One day I'm going to be doing my errands and usual stuff. The other day I'm going to be spending some time with my wife. I'll be back on Monday, and next week will be a balance, okay? It's going to be a balance between Death Stranding 2 and GTA 4 with mods. We'll probably sneak in the stream of Blueprints like we usually do. The night streams will alternate between American Truck Sim, Mario Kart, Minecraft, and CVS 2. Also, keep in mind that Friday of next week is a new release. On Friday, it is the Tony Hawk 3 and 4 collection. So we will be checking that out starting on Friday and adding that to the rotation as well. It should be a good week. It should be a very good week of summertime content for all of you, and I hope that you'll come join me. All righty. So, let's do some shout-outs, okay? Then, I want to talk a little bit about GTA with mods and what you can expect today. I also have some games.
Yeah, let's get to that part. Let's see what can we expect. Because I wonder what kind of mods he installed on GTA.
No, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen is people are going to start mass flagging stuff.
What?
But could that be corpo speak? Don't enforce it, which is a violation of copyright law.
Oh my god, we're copyright cowboy again.
Word on the grapevine, unoriginal.
Oh yeah, this is the YouTube, the new YouTube gossip. Listen to this.
Has a new policy that they are bringing into effect basically within a couple days. This new policy is now going to prevent unoriginal content from being monetized. Content ripped from streams without proper transformative edits, restreams, raw out of context.
Yeah, no. No, this is bait.
Is that many detractors?
Word on the grapevine is that we're going to bypass that, and we're going to be totally successful. Word on the grapevine is all I have to do is end my stream 5 minutes before he ends his, and I own the content and not him. Because my stream ended before his, and it looks differently. Have you wondered why, when he did DSP versus the internet, he would get taken down for not being transformative, and I would stay up because I'm actually transformative? I don't know. Think about it.
Panic, and rumor has it that one of them...
Yeah, the detractors are panicking, allegedly. Rumor has it.
Paying a mortgage with the detractor and restreaming content money.
And this is another, this is another rumor has it. I don't know whose rumor this is. But DSP is just going to take it as fact.
And is in a full-blown panic right now.
Yes.
Things are looking good. Do you have any...
Who's that guy who's in a full-blown panic? No, everybody knows we can just bypass shit like this. If something starts happening, which I don't think it will.
Well, here's the thing. When this was first announced, people were actually saying, oh, is this a direct response to the H3 lawsuits where Ethan Klein is suing several streamers for basically replaying his own content without permission, which is a violation of copyright law. It does not, substitute or constitute fair use. And is that what's happening, that YouTube is saying, oh, well, we should be in line with this now. We're gonna actually start doing it. No, and in fact, what happened is YouTube has responded to this story saying, we're not changing anything. I'm serious. Oh, we already had this process in effect. It's already been in effect all along. That's what they said. That was their response. And everyone's really like, but you don't enforce it. What are you talking about? So the question is is there actually going to be an actual change? Because YouTube literally responded to the story saying, no, we're actually not changing anything. This has already been in our
Okay, thinking about it from that perspective, if they decide to retroactively apply this rule, do you know what's going to happen to the DSP Reacts channel? That shit is going to be closed down immediately. There are so many videos there where it's literally the source video, and this guy goat laughing once every 30 seconds, which is not transformative. Jinx was more transformative than this. So yeah, he should be afraid, if anything else.
But could that be
Because fucking, if we're talking about like clips channels, they're just gonna transform the video. That's all they gotta do. That's it. You're gonna put some filters on it, put some audio filters on it, same way that Snort Burnell is doing. And Snort Burnell's been doing this since the Stone Age. So obviously, if anyone knows how to do this and get away with this, it's Snort Burnell. So just do that. Put some filters on it, flip the video around, and you can justify having it be transformative. There you go.
Corpo speak, saying, oh, actually, you shouldn't have been doing these things all along, and now we're finally going to enforce them? The way I see it, excuse me, I'll believe it when I see it. So let's see what happens, all right? When this happens, if it goes into effect, whenever it is, I think it's a few days, right? You know, I tell you exactly what's going to happen is people are going to start mass flagging stuff. All right, they are. It's not going to be me, because you know me, I don't bother with any of this shit. But people will start mass flagging.
Oh, that's a dog whistle.
These
yeah. This cool. Where is the mass? Where is the mass that's gonna mass flag them? Those videos pretty much exclusively have an audience of people that like that kind of stuff, because they've been around for so long. They have an established viewer base. Who is gonna be mass flagging them? Because for me, this sounds more like a call to action or a dog whistle to a super dog, for example, to do something about it. Because, like, I don't fucking think DSP unironically thinks people are going to mass flag fucking Snort Burnell videos.
He's up real.
Because there is no mass. There is no mass that fights for him. It's just him. And he's trying to convince people there's, like, a silent majority that doesn't exist. It's him and 5 cucks that give him money. That's all. That's everybody in the boat. And the cucks are not even in the boat because they have their own boat.
Uploaders, it's just going to happen. And then basically it's going to test the waters. Are these people going to survive, or all of a sudden will their channels completely be demonetized, right? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but I'm not going to be involved in it. My job is to be right.
Sure. I thought you said if Ethan Klein wins, you're going to be very rich and you're going to sue the shit out of everybody. But now he's not going to be involved. Yeah, because he sounded very convinced that he was going to be involved. And now I'm going to be petty as fuck and go to his Twitter again. And I'll show you how excited he was to get involved in this. Super excited, very involved. Because he wanted to get rich, you guys, and people were going to be in trouble. He was going to fucking cuck you and destroy you, and you were going to be gone. There are entire channels making bank by stealing / live rebroadcasting my content without making it transformative. Transformative, by the way, is exclusively what DSP decides transformative is. Because if you watch his fucking DSP react shit, there is no chance in hell that shit is transformative. But he's going to nitpick and play semantics about how it actually is very transformative. And then we keep going. They outright ask for contributions to do so. So here he is suggesting, not even suggesting, he's just straight up stating that there are people that essentially do what he does. They tell you, I'm gonna fucking keep detracting if you keep giving me money. That's what outright asking for contributions to do so means. Which I personally don't know, but I don't watch anybody else at this point. I used to, like, years ago, and now I just don't care. So maybe they exist, but I think not, because Darkside Phil is saying this. If this lawsuit goes through, this is the best part. If this lawsuit goes through, if this lawsuit by a completely different guy goes through, I am going to be rich. He's going to be rich if this unrelated to him guy wins his lawsuit. And many are going to be in trouble. Not going to happen. One of my favorite top comments here, though. one of my favorite comments. Yeah, this one. Shout out to Rainier, who says, "You're not going to win anything, Phil. You're retarded." And this basically sums it up. This is the kind of responses that he deserves. He doesn't deserve a wall of text. He doesn't deserve a video response. He deserves, "Say, Phil, yeah, you trash. You're retarded. You're not gonna win anything." So let's not get too excited about this.
Making content for you every day, positive content. I just don't bother with this shit. You know, I'm too busy with my own life.
Big ups Dion Barstow for the sub, dude.
Might not. To be frank, I probably have one of the best legal cases of anyone on the internet.
No,
people
no,
actually stealing my content.
no.
The people who live restream me every day, which is 100% blatantly illegal, and you cannot do it under any circumstance.
Okay, sue them, but you have to sue them one by one. So you'll have to sue Raw Phil first and foremost. You'll have to sue Dark Dave. You have to sue ALT. You have to sue me. You have to sue Brand Dude. You have to sue Broside Phil. You have to sue everybody else. Everybody in this world individually. You will have to sue. You will have to prove damages and so many other things.
Thank you, Meerkat Mob, for your thoughtful and engaging content. On this 4th of July, may the values of freedom and strength continue to guide you. Wishing you a joyful and meaningful Independence Day.
Thank you for the $1, Benjamin Netanyahu. Big ups. I know you're a big fan of the United States, so I'm sure you'll be celebrating.
That's out. And anyone who raw rips my content and just re-uploads it, that's out. It always has been.
Okay, why is it still here?
Actually exercised my legal right to do anything about it. It's too expensive. It's too time consuming. I would have to go get a lawyer. I would have to slap people.
So you're telling me that we're safe is what you're telling me. It's like a bank robber that robbed a bank and you tell him, you know that that's not allowed, but I'm not going to come after you right now because we don't have enough policemen available. So just watch out. One of these days, we're going to catch you, but it's not going to be today. So you can chill. Go make your own stream. Go make the next stream.
Cease and desists and lawsuits, and it's just not my style.
But this is like, why are you gonna say this? Not that it's not his style. He just can't do it. It's not that he's not that type of person. He would love to sue somebody. If that means he gets to teach them a lesson, he would love to do that.
He could not handle an IRL confrontation, plus he would fold as soon as he had to turn over his financials.
I don't know how Discovery works, but I don't think many other people know as well. Since it's not going to be the fantasy idea of you just getting access to his bank statements and all this other information that you would like to see. I think you would only see the relevant to the case items, which I don't think are many in this case if he's going to sue over like DMCA. But he will have to prove damages. It's a very fucked up, difficult case. I hope somebody like one of those law tubers tells him that he's a complete retard and he shouldn't be trying this or threatening this. Because he just, like, right now, listening to him talking about this, he seems very not confident in this. So it's supposed to be threatening. It's supposed to be something that Raw Phil is going to listen to and be like, oh man, I'm going to be in fucking trouble. But Raw Phil's going to listen to this and be like, oh, so he's telling me I'm safe. That's what's happening. It's the opposite effect.
Play games and have a good
Big
time.
ups Mickey Thor for the $5, dude.
If anything ever happened where I couldn't do that, like for example, if all of a sudden I couldn't make a living doing it anymore because these idiots were actually stealing all my profits and I wasn't getting crowdfunding.
How is this gonna work?
In hot water because I'd have nothing better to do.
But with what money are you gonna sue him? How are you gonna sue him? Who's gonna give you the money if the trolls stole all your money? This is like, do you realize how insanely stupid this is? Even like considering believing it is insanely dumb.
Get it?
So I don't get it. There's nothing to get here. Okay, let's play this back again.
And it's just not my style.
It's not his style.
Play games and have a good time and make a living doing it. Now, if anything ever happened where I couldn't do that, like for example,
so if his business was disrupted by people stealing his content and therefore money,
if all of a sudden I couldn't make a living doing it anymore because
if he couldn't make a living doing it anymore.
These idiots were actually stealing all my profits, and I
Because the idiots were stealing all his profits. So he got no AdSense, he's got no pay pigs, nothing. We're going to have Iron Chef Sakai sending money to TBS. That's what's going to happen.
wasn't getting crowdfunding, then they'd be in hot water because I'd have nothing better to do.
But how are you going to sue him? Who's going to afford suing him? That takes a lot of money and time, and you need to pay a fucking lawyer.
Get it?
No?
But the good news is I'm doing well for myself, so I don't have time on that shit.
Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense.
Okay? So, let's see what happens. But I'm not too into it. I don't really care. I'd rather see what happens with others first. Like I said, the whole H3 lawsuit thing is kind of interesting. I want to see how that progresses. And we'll see if anyone actually gets slapped with anything as a result of this policy change or not, and we'll go from there. But I'm not sweating it. I'm not caring about it. To me, it's just business as usual. I got a $1.50 tip. What is my opinion on the Star Wars Disney sequels? Do you see them as canon? I don't think that it matters what I think. What matters is who owns the property and what they say. Disney owns Star Wars, and they say that the sequel trilogy is canon, so it's canon. Right? I don't determine what's canon or not. I could try to deny it. I'll give you an example here. I'm a humongous fan of Ghostbusters. When I was growing up as a kid, Ghostbusters 1 was like an insanely popular franchise, movie, cartoon series, action figures out the butt. Ghostbusters 2 came out, amazing, right? Then, Ghostbusters retired for a very long time. Ghostbusters returned in 2016 with a movie starring 4 women, totally new Ghostbusters team, not in line or supposedly canon with Ghostbusters. Some people claimed it was, some people claimed it wasn't, everyone argued. There's been 2 more Ghostbusters films that actually have continued the plot of the original 2 films and actually has the actors in it, continuing their characters, right? Now, what if I don't like those movies? Oh, I didn't like that one, man. Ghostbusters Afterlife is garbage. I hate it. Doesn't matter if I like it or not. If they say it's canon, it's canon. They own the property, right? So I would argue, yeah, I guess that the Star Wars trilogy of sequels is canon. Even if you hate them and you think they're horrible writing and they sunk the series and everyone hates Star Wars now, that doesn't change the fact that the movies exist. The only way that they could not be canon is if they retcon them, which they could. They could make new movies and be like, forget that. Those movies never existed. We're going to do another sequel trilogy or whatever. They could do that. Of course,
I'm so tired of Star Wars. I am so tired of it.
So I don't know how they're going to pull.
And like, I saw that people like the Andor show, so I gave it a try. But for decades, I've been told by Star Wars itself that it's some silly, goofy, family-friendly franchise that I shouldn't be taken seriously. And now I start watching this show that is about war crimes and people getting killed and the Empire acting like legit Nazis. And I'm like, yeah, I can't take this seriously. Like, Star Wars is silly for me. Star Wars is goofy for me. I would have liked this a lot more if it was based in a reality or some other sci-fi universe, because this just didn't make sense to me. But it is a well-made show. I understand why people like it. It just such a big tonal contrast that I couldn't get it.
Right? So, there you have it. Okay.
Oh, during the age when people were nitpicking the shit out of Star Wars, which is like when The Last Jedi came out, the counterpoint was that you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care that Star Wars, like the Last Jedi was bad, or Force Awakens was bad, or any of the new trilogy films were bad, because it's supposed to be a sci-fi space wizard for children. And now it's not this anymore. Now it's like super serious.
See the $5 tip from Shinkin.
Real.
Now that Taxi Life is thrown in the trash, can you play more Mario Kart World? It's hard to convince viewers you're successful if it takes 26 years to go on a honeymoon vacation.
Lol.
What? Wait, what? 26?
Yeah, now you're gonna get, like, didn't these fucking detractors learn that these messages don't fucking work? Like, this is not good bait. Because now he's just gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I guess my detractors are spreading some new fucking misinformation bullshit. When did I say that?
What? First of all, those are two of the weirdest, most juxtaposed statements I've ever heard. First, you want me to play more?
Yeah, you're gonna get you're gonna get the semantic response.
Art.
And you're not gonna get the response you want.
Then you say, it's hard to say you're a success if you don't go on a honeymoon for 26 years. I got married in...
What did that have to do with anything?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but exactly. You said you were gonna go and... Because I understand what that guy was talking about, but Phil doesn't. Because Phil said... In the next 20 years, I would like to go on a honeymoon. That's what he said. And he's been married since 2019, which makes 6 years. So 20 plus 6 equals 26. But now he doesn't get it because he doesn't get it.
I don't know. Do I even address it? Like, do I even bother? It sounds like the guy's high or something. I don't know. Listen, I could have gone on a honeymoon in 2019, and I would have been even worse off than I was financially because I would have done that. I think it would have been a really dumb thing to do, quite frankly. Because at that point, I was on my last legs, financially. I was in insane amounts of debt. I couldn't pay my taxes. I couldn't pay my bills. I was back-ended on everything. Late fees out the ass. Interest rates up the butt. A lot has changed since then. Right? A ton has changed since then.
Okay, so the point is...
Financially stable. I'm doing much better right here with my business as well as behind the scenes financially with all my responsibilities. Things are healing, as they say. Thing is, it takes a while.
Oh, no. His healing process, the way I'm understanding it, is that he is healing up to a point where he will be able to get more credit. And from that point onward, it's going to be credit galore. And when it doesn't work anymore, he's just going to get more credit or another bankruptcy. And this is going to be the rest of his life. Which I guess, go for it, champ.
Bankruptcy, and it takes many, many years to get that off of your record. I'm still not. I'm about halfway there, actually.
Oh,
In
no.
the course of what I'm doing.
Only halfway there.
Bounce back, So, eventually, could I go on a honeymoon? Yes, I could. Absolutely, I could. It's definitely a possibility. But
eventually, but that's what the guy said.
I don't know what you're getting at.
That's what the guy said. You said in the next 20 years. And you're like, whoa, you need 20 years to have enough money to go on a honeymoon? When you get like 100K a year and you constantly talk about being successful? That's not successful.
Saying that I didn't go on a honeymoon for 26 years when I've only been married for 6 years.
Oh my God, he's so fucking stupid.
Anyway. So, thanks for the tip. I have no idea what you're talking about. It sounds like you're high. Cool. All right. So, by the way, a lot of people are trying to tag me and say hello. Good morning, everyone. I see a lot of people here. We got King Michael. We got Chris. There's a couple people over on Kick, but now they stopped doing that. So, thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for chilling with me here this morning. And I hope that you guys are in good moods and ready to chill with me because GTA 4 with mods should be fun. It should be really cool to jump back into this game franchise. Okay. All right, so what should we cover? Let's talk about GTA 4 with mods quickly. Let's cover some game news.
Yeah, considering he is hyping it up, but still hasn't actually talked about it.
Get to that, shall we? Okay. So, GTA 4 with mods. Why didn't it work, and what mods are we using? Well, we're using a big package of mods that includes things like traffic, editing and improvements, graphics overhauls, different behavior of things in the city, lighting effects, reflection effects, all kinds of stuff. Like, it's too many to list, essentially, all right? But you'll see as soon as we boot the game, it looks completely different. You know how GTA 4 kind of looks washed out? Gone.
Yeah, that's called art direction.
Reflections on the street.
Yeah, he made it look like, oh my God. Did he make it look like one of those mods that just go over the top? GTA 4 ENB. That completely lose any sense of like, well, I think this is a little bit too extreme. He didn't make it like this. This is like one of those realistic mods. When it just turns into like a completely different looking thing. I think the original art direction is good enough to the point where you don't need to overdo it with
on the
a
cover.
bunch of effects.
Glass, stuff that didn't exist in the base game. Really cool looking. The one bummer, I'm gonna have to not have the radio on, and I know that there's gonna end up being scenes where there's music playing in the background, and we're gonna get caught anyway. But if I don't turn the radio off, once again, what's happened previously is gonna happen again. There's gonna be videos that are gonna end up getting muted, blocked, and what's the point of playing the game if people can't watch the playthrough? GTA 4 has this unique soundtrack, but sadly, half the tracks get issues on YouTube. So, really dumb, really stupid, but what can you do? We'll just have to have the music off, okay? But outside of that, this should be an awesome playthrough, seeing all the changes and everything in the game. Now, did I mod the actual story? No. We're going to play the real GTA 4. It's just going to look, sound, and play a little different, but it is GTA 4 at its core. We didn't change the whole...
Is he not even gonna give us a mod list? Because that's one of the interesting things about people playing with mods is when they talk about the mods that they are using, and if they have like a list of them, so I can go and install them myself if I like them. But no, for him it's like, oh, I'm just gonna... The game looks better now because I'm a fucking graphics fetishist.
It's going to be, you know, the core stuff. I haven't played GTA 4 in about 6 years. It was actually, I think early 2019 was the last time that I played it. And then before then, it was like 2012 was my original playthrough. So it's been a long time since we've touched this game. It should be a really fun run. And I hope that you guys will stick around and hopefully...
Yes?
Hopefully you guys are good and will enjoy this, all right? It should be fun. Okay.
All right.
It's available on consoles because it's modded. Mods can't be on consoles. Mods are all PC oriented.
No, but why is the game not available on consoles? You can play it on the Xbox Series X and S, and you can play it on PC. But the version that you play on the Xbox is the Xbox 360 backwards compatible version, I think. Even though you also get the DLCs and everything, it looks like dog shit. I think the best way to play it is just on PC or the Steam Deck, because that's how I'm playing it.
You know, editing files and the like, so that's why. Okay. I should mod in DSP songs. As funny as that would be, I don't think we'll be listening. I already hear the DSP songs enough every day on my own stream. I don't need to hear them in the game, too. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Totickler Tommy says, no, I mean, GTA 4 as a whole isn't even on PS4 or 5. Is that true?
Yes.
I know for a fact it's on Xbox because that's where I played it in 2019. I played it on Xbox One. Yeah, curious. I wonder why they never added it to PlayStation. I don't know. It was on PS3, that's for sure. Okay.
'Cause they're idiots
All right, so,
and dunces.
So what happened and what caused with these mods? So it's very simple. It's what I've been saying all along. These people who code, who mod, all the techie head people, they're incredibly smart. I don't want to downplay the level of intelligence and expertise that these people have.
Oh, I'm going to get pissed at this
One
response.
very small area of something that they hyper-focus on and they master.
What, are they autistic?
And usually these people are excellent as employees, but if you try to get them to relay any kind of information, to teach something to someone else, you might as well be talking to this wall right here next to me.
Wrong. Objectively, profoundly, extremely wrong. Because regularly when you make a piece of software, you have a documentation that goes with it, where you have a detailed explanation of how the software is built and how it works. You know, if you're in that kind of an environment, if you're in like a company that does those kind of things. But for the most part, the least that you get is documentation for the user, so they can figure out how to use the software that you made and implement it. This thing exists with mods as well, to a very big extent. Like, there's videos showing you how to do stuff. There is guides, very detailed guides. I looked them up today when I was talking about the stripper gate, boob gate. I looked up a bunch of mods today, and I saw how all of them are installed, and it is fairly simple and pretty easy. So the problem here is completely in the device that operates the device, which would be Darkside Phil.
Okay? And I had some experience with this when I was in college.
Dumb man calls other people dumb because he does not understand basic instructions.
Yep.
He's some strange Dunning-Kruger paradox.
Absolutely Dunning-Kruger through and through. He thinks everything is easy until he starts doing it, and then he realizes, well, this might not be that easy. And he thinks he's really good at it, and that he could do everything simply if he wanted to, which isn't the case. But I'm going to let him tell you about high school or college, about his college programming course, which I have something to say about.
This wall right here next to me, okay? And I had some experience with this when I was in college, university. I, at first, was a major in computer science. Well, they only had one teacher to teach computer science at my university. This teacher, again, he was gifted. You could tell that this guy could code like a master, okay? The problem was he was one of the worst teachers I'd ever had in my life. He had absolutely no ability to relay the information of what he was doing to an audience. Therefore, no one learned anything in the class.
This is absolutely, I'm not sure about this. I'm sure many other people passed the class and DSP didn't, so he tried to make it seem like it was the professor's fault. But programming is a thing that he will never even consider being good at, because he is fundamentally just not built to be good at. Because it's something that you can't really get handheld through doing it. You have to understand what you're doing if you want to be a decent programmer. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what your intent is, what you want to achieve. You have to know the tool set that you're going to use. Blah, 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 all this stuff, you know. It's just one of those things. You can't watch a YouTube video that tells you how to do it and then just sit down and program. You have to understand it. You have to get it. And not everybody does, let alone Darkside fucking Phil.
He would sit there and...
I used to work as a programmer. I quit mainly because I was taking my work home with me too much, and it was getting to me, like, personally, because I would be at home, like, on my laptop thinking about why is this function not working and fucking troubleshooting it. It's obnoxious to me, so I just gave up. Let alone talking about him, he is completely fundamentally incompatible with that as a job and as any kind of activity.
Go through code, and he would skip half the stuff. So you don't even know what happened, and then he expects you to be able to do it on a test. It's like, but you didn't fucking show us how to do half of it. How am I supposed to know how to do it? You're the teacher. Why didn't you teach us? So anyway, what happened with these mods is there were step-by-step instructions online on how to do them. Download this zipped file. Download this zipped file. Literally just unload this folder into this folder. Override this file with this file. Okay, I did everything word for word, step-by-step as instructed. The mods didn't work at all.
Then you didn't do it. You didn't do it, probably.
Myself, I expect a basic level of intelligence when it comes to installing my work. It's not rocket science. If you can't follow my instructions, my mods aren't for you. Bring back intellectual reading. Don't just read, understand.
Yes, reading with understanding is very important. But yeah, of course, it's kind of an exhausted topic, because you know that he fucked something up because he can't even follow instructions to make things in Minecraft. He can't even follow instructions for a children's game, let alone navigating directories and installing mods and injecting DLL files in fucking libraries and shit. He's not doing that. Because I've modded GTA 4, even though it runs like shit, and I wouldn't recommend it unless you have an actual good machine to run it. I've modded it. It is not the easiest thing ever as far as modding games is concerned, when you have like Nexus mods that automatically installs all your shit for you. But it's also not rocket science, is not that deep. And he fucked something up. He either didn't do the prerequisites or he fucked up the process itself. So I'm just gonna, yeah. Let's just forget about it.
The person who made
Big ups the Camping Dutchman.
made a mistake. They accidentally had one file not proper. So when you have a zip file and you're going to unzip it somewhere, extract it to this folder, The whole idea is you want those files to be placed directly into the folder and override files in said folder. They didn't do that. They placed a folder inside the zip file instead, but said to extract it into the folder. It didn't work because
Oh my god, he's so stupid.
you're putting a folder in a folder.
He's so fucking stupid. For a moment there, I actually said, I actually started thinking that the modder got something wrong. But no, literally no.
You're not putting the files
He's so dumb.
in the folder. You're putting another.
Yeah, but that folder is called the same way that the directory you're supposed to replace it with is called. Literally. Literally.
folder within the folder.
So let's say the folder was called, like you open the archive and it's a folder called cars. And you go into the GTA folder and there's a folder called cars. Are you going to take the cars folder and put it inside of the other cars folder? Or are you going to take the contents of the cars folder and put it inside of the cars folder? God damn it, he's so fucking stupid. And he's literally like explaining how stupid he is while thinking he's super smart. This is like the most Burnellian thing you can do. Like self-reporting, self-felting.
So it's a simple mistake, but they fucked up their entire instruction thing by doing it that way. In addition, they misnamed the folder. So not only was it improperly in a folder, then they named it wrong, so you wouldn't have even known that you were
This I don't trust him on this. This thing I'm questioning.
files out of that.
Here I need receipts.
Drag and drop and override because it wasn't named the same thing either.
No, I don't think so.
Two simple mistakes that, again, if you were the person involved and you know modding, you'd say, oh, I see what they did wrong here. It's an easy fix. But how would you know that if you don't know modding? If you don't understand the
If you
situation?
don't know
What
modding.
went wrong? I have no clue. What am I supposed to figure this out? So, luckily for me, I had some help. The person looked at it and said, is this it?
Yeah.
Do it this way and this
But dude, okay.
way. And
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Brain is so smooth that it'd be able to skip across the Pacific Ocean. Basic comprehension befuddled this buffoon, and intelligence monsoon.
No, I just can't. I'm too tired for
About
this.
Unzip last month.
Okay, I'm gonna lie, but I heard something similar as well. That he we might be getting it wrong. I'm not sure. I'm gonna need to check this. But it would be a very believable thing if he learned about unzip last month or extract. Oh my god, this is such a terrible segment. So in the end of the day, I thought he was gonna be like super smug because he figured it out, but he didn't even figure it out himself. Someone else looked at it and was like, oh, so this is done wrong. So you do that, Phil. So if anything, it should be that guy ranting about it and not this guy, because this guy couldn't figure anything out. Jesus Christ. Big ups Ursa Major for 20 months and previously formerly Chuck and Jordan Fadeaway for the donos,
did it
dude.
a second way, a different way, and it worked. Okay? There was also an issue with the shaders, but the shaders got fixed. There was like a simple issue with the shaders. Like I guess
The
one of
first thing you need to understand in programming is Boolean logic. The guy can't tell true from false. Imagine him trying nested conditions.
Yeah, nested conditions are not easy for me either, because you have to like, I lose my attention span while I'm trying to figure out how the condition is going to play out. I admit. But that's why we have AI for this. I can just tell the AI. I can vibe code it. We're going to vibe code it. We're going to vibe code mods for GTA 4. That's what we're going to do.
the configuration files.
No, thankfully, I don't program anymore. I just do PowerShell every once in a while, which I also use AI, obviously. Pretty simple stuff. And PowerShell is pretty base. It's pretty base.
had an error in it. So that
Big ups Yona Hual for the 50 Mexicans, dude.
running beautifully, 4K resolution, 60 frames per second smooth, all these new visual effects and things, which is excellent. No blur, no nonsense. It should be good. It should be a good run. GTA 4 looking and playing better than ever before. It should be super fun. I'm excited for it. Okay. I apologize. I obviously wanted this to start on Tuesday. It didn't work out that way. But I guess as they say, better late than never, right? Okay, so that will be
Do
starting.
Bulgarians go ham for their Independence Day? No, not really. think it was 22nd of September. Not really.
All right, a couple shout outs here. We have Prophet Oner, who did a $2 super chat and says, this is for the GTA mods today. Thank you so much, Prophet Oner. And then we have Princess Luna, who did a $10 super chat. Thank you for not giving up and for trudging through installing all the...
Yeah, Infamous KS says that as a software engineer, the best thing you can do is for your company getting a ChatGPT Premier, like enterprise license, so you can do fuck all. But that's the difference between a good engineer and a bad one. That you can do fuck all, but also understand the code that ChatGPT spits out. And you can do your unit tests, and you could do other tests yourself to test if it actually makes sense. But some dudes just don't do that. And then they just tell Copilot or ChatGPT, make me a fucking code in this language that does this. And then bad shit happens afterwards.
These mods.
So yeah, I would trust you're pretty good at your job if you can afford to just do it with ChatGPT. Unless you're Indian.
For GTA. Me too. I hope that it turns out well. I hope that, you know, here's the thing. Until we actually play it, we actually don't know how stable this thing is, right? Like,
oh my God, what was that look? He looked like a fucking psycho.
Here's the thing.
He looked like he was gonna jump out the window, kill somebody.
Until we actually play it, we actually don't know how stable this thing is.
Like, what is this face? What is this? I don't know how stable he is.
Right? Like, it could start off well, and all of a sudden the whole thing starts crashing. I hope not. I really...
Oh my God, the doomer. Such a doomer with everything. Oh, guys, I have this idea, but it might be bad. What if I die? I don't think that's gonna happen, but what if? I guess it's just kind of a natural byproduct of him constantly holding his audience in some kind of a suspense. Because if he tells them that things are going okay and they can just relax, they're just going to stop giving him money. For him, getting money has to be a result of some sort of an emergency, of some sort of an elevated condition that needs to be repaired.
It will work, and it'll be smooth, and we'll enjoy a much nicer version of GTA 4 than the core version. Not to say that the core version is bad, but I mean, we're talking, this is from Xbox 360 era. You know, the graphics are very washed out from that time. I think they did it on purpose because the draw distance wasn't far enough, so they would have these washed out graphics to hide the things in the background, right? Now, with these graphics and everything the way that they are, I mean, you could have insane draw distance and everything, so we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm excited, and we can tweak it too along the way if we need to. We can change those things, settings. There's a lot of different adjustments and things that we can do.
I'm not convinced he's going to do any of that. No. And I don't even know, like, why he would be playing GTA 4 with mods in 2025 just so it can look better. I don't know. I just don't really get it. I think it's kind of a waste of time. Unless he was doing one of those, like, chaos mods where stuff falls from the sky and everything blows up and there's random NPCs. But he can't make that interesting. So let's just play GTA 4 again, but this time with a mod that makes it look different from the original. Very engaging.
Okay? Already, the moment I boot this game, people are going to say, are you doing the DLCs? I am not committing to playing the DLCs right now. Okay? Just being honest. I want to do a bare playthrough of the base game with these mods and see how it goes. Now, if we play through the base game and people really like it and they're showing up and they're engaging and supporting and we're having a great time and we want to extend that experience into the DLCs of The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, then maybe we can do that. But I don't want to promise you guys that because we have no idea how this is going to go. Okay, let's see together. Let's play it together. Let's have a good time.
Let's play it together, you guys. Come on, please.
Well, maybe we will do those as well. The thing is, I want to make this abundantly clear, so everyone listen up. The GTA 4 playthrough is the filler playthrough. It's not a new game. So once new games start coming out, those will take priority, and we're going to have GTA 4 perhaps jump around the schedule a bit. It's not going to be played full-time. It's going to be the thing that goes between other streams. It's a filler playthrough. We've played this game 2 times before.
But why?
Here.
Why?
Gonna run and look.
There's a gimmick here. I love the work language. the wrestling terms. But like, why, before you even started doing the thing, you downplay it? Yeah, this just a filler thing. This not even that important. So don't be excited for it, you guys. It's not as special as the mainline games, the flagship games I'm playing, such as Death Stranding, a game you guys don't fucking like.
Look better on PC, but it's the playthrough we've already done. The other things will take priority, whether that's continuing Death Stranding 2, Tony Hawk's Collection, the upcoming Donkey Kong Bonanza, RoboCop to some extent. I think with the RoboCop expansion, what we'll do is let's see what's going on at that time and how we're doing in all the games. And if I feel like maybe we shouldn't play RoboCop at release and we should hold off till later in July, because if you're not aware, there's nothing going on in late July. It's very dead. So maybe we hold off on a game and play it later on in the month. Might make sense, because both Donkey Kong Bonanza and the RoboCop expansion come out on the same day. And I was thinking, maybe hold off on RoboCop for a bit and play it a little bit later while we focus on the other things. That way we're not playing 7, 8 new games again, and then we're all stuck, right? So, let's see how it goes. All right. Will people show up, engage, and support with GTA? Let's see. I'm always curious, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'll be honest with all of you here. GTA usually does bring butts to seats at first, but
Yeah, because it's a popular franchise.
it really depends.
Why wouldn't
I know
it?
People love GTA. You know, I do too. Some of my most successful games I've ever played and playthroughs I've ever done.
Yeah, some of his worst gameplay ever, by the way.
I
Legit.
will play GTA a third time when GTA 4 Remastered comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Expect Day 1 support like it's a new game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And that remaster is going to drop probably... Well, I don't know. That's a... I don't know. I don't know when it's going to drop. If it's not this year, which it kind of has to be, the next year we're going to have GTA 6. I don't think they're going to release both of them in a year. But a remaster, I think, is imminent. It's almost like a must at this point, because you can't even play the game on next-gen consoles unless it's Xbox or PC, which basically, I mean, you can't play it on PlayStation. But you should be able to.
You know, it's certainly not going to have...
And also, the PC port is bad. At least, like, optimize it. Goddamn.
the kind of lasting impact as, say, the first time I ever played this game, right? And I get that. I totally understand it. So let's see how it goes
Imagine
and play
Phil
it by
vs
ear.
Recursion. I want to see him melt.
Recursion is very fun, yes. But his streams are basically recursion, because sometimes you would get like a begging segment inside of a begging segment inside of a begging segment, which would be like, and they transition into more of the same, but more in detail. It's like, yeah, very, very recursive. He's a very recursive guy. We can use that as a slur. So big ups Lucky Limes for the 2 Canadian and Sniper Snipin' for the previous one.
Fair enough. All right. All right, well, let's go ahead and do a couple of quick news stories, and then we'll open it up to kind of Q&A and see what you guys want to talk about today. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to skip the news story.
Okay, so.
With the company's closing down. He's not going to say anything new. He's just going to say, whoa, people are getting jobless. That's bad, which is correct. So we're gonna, and top membership is Toe Tickler Timmy. So yeah, we got some great names again in the DSP cinematic universe. So we have Anthem shut down. Let's see what he has to say about it. What are you gonna say about it? It was an instant cataclysm the moment this game dropped. It was probably quote unquote the worst game of whenever it came out, like 2017, 18, 19, whatever. It doesn't matter. It was terrible. And then they decided to do the thing that live service games used to do back then, which is promise a bunch of shit that's going to happen that never happened. They promised Anthem 2.0. That sounds really cool, doesn't it? It didn't exist. It never happened. Got debunked in real life. Then they promised a roadmap. You're going to get, well, this content in this raid, and you're going to get so many items. And it just didn't happen. And they put it on live support, basically a skeleton crew of like 12 different people or whatever, and I didn't even know that it was gone. I didn't even know it was over, because I thought they shut down the servers like 3 years ago or something. So yeah, let's hear what Phil has to say about it. Yeah, even though he's probably just gonna say the thing that I just said, but for the next 20 minutes, because long is good.
is closing down. Anthem game update. We have an important update to share regarding Anthem. Hi, everyone. We have an important update to share regarding Anthem. After careful consideration, we will be sunsetting Anthem on January 12th, 2026. This means the game will be unplayable online for the next will be playable online for the next 180 plus days. Excuse me. As of today, you can no longer...
You know what sucks? It sucks that the flying in that game feels very good. It is a very entertaining flying mechanic. You feel like Iron Man and you shoot out rockets and stuff. There is redeeming qualities. It's just very few of them.
The in-game premium currency, but you can still use your remaining balance until the servers go offline. We deeply appreciate your dedication, passion, and support over the years, and we'd like to thank you for that. Well, how long can we play? Till January 12th. Why can't I play it in offline mode?
And big ups Dominic for the membership, dude.
Only title. So once the servers go offline, the game is no longer playable at all.
Yes, I think every single live service game should have some sort of an online replacement or like a backup option, which basically I'm talking about either like a PvE mode or something basic, like actually just basic. So the game, after it dies, you can play it again, which I think is basically the point behind the stop killing games movement. So you can have live service games that after the natural life cycle of the game, when it's getting sunsetted, there's ways where you can still access the game or play it. I think that's a part of it, but don't come to me for that kind of information. You can go look up one of those videos. I just signed the petition because it's a good thing to do. So yeah, big ups Dominic for the 5 gifted, dude. You're based. You're gonna save gaming single-handedly if you keep going with this.
Can I still install Anthem if I previously purchased it? Yes, you can. Why can I no longer purchase Anthem? Over the course of the next 180 plus days, Anthem will still be playable online, and you can use the last of your currency then. Will I still be able to use my in-game currency? Yes, until January. How long will the game stay on EA Play? Only until August 15th, and then it will be removed. Has anyone else at Bioware been affected? No, the sunsetting of Anthem has not led to any layoffs. And that's it.
Well, because no one was working on it to begin with. Like, that's why. Because those people, if there was a skeleton crew, they just got moved on to another project. They got merged into an ongoing thing. That is most likely also going to be a failure. But, you know, that's just an assumption.
I have a question.
He has a question.
Okay? A burning, interesting question. Who the hell even knew that Anthem was still available to play?
That's actually a good question. I was asking that myself as well. DSP wins.
I actually thought they had closed this years ago.
Yeah.
This game flopped tremendously when it released in early 2019. It was known as one of the biggest AAA failures of all time. Insane amounts of money, time, and resources were invested in it. BioWare stopped making single-player RPGs to make this co-op online shooter game. And it was one of the biggest bombs ever in gaming history.
Bro, what are you crying about? They went back to making single-player RPGs. Didn't you play Veilguard? One of the greatest games ever? It teaches you what being non-binary is like.
Now they
fucking great
for about what, a year with updates and the like, but very relatively quickly.
In the one of the biggest problems was not only was the game like super bland, it also had technical issues. So you have some server issues, you couldn't connect, you were getting disconnected, you couldn't play with your friends or some matchmaking shit. It was ass. So yeah, it wasn't just a bland game.
Within that year time frame, they announced we're done with it. Like, we're not going to even be deving for it anymore. Don't expect any more updates. Don't expect anything, right? So the weird part to me is it's getting shut down in January 2026. It's still available now? And the other thing that gets me about this, all right, let's talk about gaming posterity. Let's talk about preserving the past, and let's talk about having these things available for future generations to experience. Now,
bro, you don't give a fuck, though. You don't give a fuck. I've been listening to this guy for years. Tell me how games will become digital only. You should embrace it. That's the future, and you should deal with it. And now he's on the stop killing games bandwagon? Are we really doing this, Burnell? And please, just fucking trust me. Because I believe I've watched like 10 million clips of this. I'm not going to pull it up right now. Just trust me when I say this. He's been talking about this for years, telling people to go all digital and not buy physical stuff, and no one cares about it, no one buys it, blah, blah, blah. Yes, he doesn't give a fuck about this shit. He just wants to be a part of something, because he's actually not a part of anything.
Listen, I don't think anyone...
He's not even a part of his own community. His community is built to be a cult, that it goes to the Temple of Phil and leaves their money there and goes home. He's not a community leader. It's just a cult. He's not in the FGC because they don't fucking like him. The people that liked him tell him to go fuck himself because they saw how salty he was. Apparently, Justin Wong likes him now because he got his dick sucked, I guess, by Phil. But yeah, whatever. He doesn't belong to anything. He is considered to be the village idiot on the internet. And I think he's pretty insecure and insulted by that because he believes he's entitled to a better treatment, which he isn't because he is trash.
Must-play game, and that if you didn't play it, you really missed out on this era of gaming, right? Now, who's going to say that? But you're telling me that because this game was purposefully designed to be online only, that now, once the servers go down in January, no one in history will ever be able to play it ever again.
Yes. And what happened to games like this back in the day is that they had private servers. So even if the game is dead, and I've had some MMOs that I've played like this, the game is completely dead, but you have a private server with like the capacity of people playing there because it had like a niche audience. But nowadays, everything is corpo owned, so you can't even do that. You have anti-cheats out the ass that don't even fucking work, that work on like kernel level, so they infect the most basic level of your computer and do nothing. And yeah, we're kind of fucked up. So hopefully Stop Killing Games is going to go through and there's going to be some change, even though, I don't know. Did he beat the case? Fucking did he beat the case? Did he? Yeah. So yeah, I'm not very hopeful about video games or entertainment.
That's exactly what they're saying. The game will literally be as if it's never existed.
There's legit TV shows that I can't even find the season of. That's completely different rant, but I just felt like ranting about it. Because me and my girlfriend been watching a show on a streaming service, and I can see like the latest season is there. Only the latest season. It was like season 8. And then we're like, okay, let's go back and watch the previous ones because it's like a reality show. We're going to see some fun stuff. They don't exist. They don't exist anywhere. I couldn't find it on torrent. I couldn't find it on YouTube or on Daily Motion, whatever the fuck. It was all gone. Like actual lost media. And I'm like, damn, wow. That's great how streaming services work. Like I said, unrelated.
Erased from history. The only way you'll be able to see it is gameplay videos and archives that people made while they were playing it, but you will never be able to play it. That's pretty bad, I think, because...
Yeah, imagine DSP being the only person who ever has footage of a certain video game, and the only way to experience that video game is watching DSP beg his way through it. That would be painful.
The thing. Bad games
What suffering.
Forever once released. That is true, unless they get past.
The show was, it was like the Bulgarian version of The Bachelor, essentially. And that's like way more fun than the American version of The Bachelor, because we're weird fucking people. So yeah. But we couldn't find it. It doesn't exist. It was a big hit while it was live, while it was on TV, and while it was on streaming service for a while, and then it was just gone. And I do have a Plex server. I would very highly recommend having a Plex server, especially if you have a decent connection at home and you have a machine that can store all your stuff and stream it. Because you also need some CPU power for transcoding the stuff, etc. So yeah, if you have like a spare older laptop, you can just put it on idle, or a mini PC. That's probably one of the instances that I would recommend having a mini PC. And you can just set up a pipeline of radar, sonar, jacket, and Plex, and just operate everything from your phone. You have your own private streaming service. It's fucking great.
Patched and they're better, but you can still play them. Like, you can argue that E.T. the Extraterrestrial is one of the worst video games ever made, and you can avoid it if you want, but you can still...
And also, Plex has a bunch of shit on it already. A bunch of, like, free movies. And it has TNA, like the wrestling company, where you can watch a bunch of TNA stuff for free.
Go back and play it. This you literally can't ever play. And in fact, they're not even going to have it available anywhere as of August 15th. What they're actually saying here is you cannot buy it anymore. It's not available for purchase anywhere. Okay? It is on EA Play, but only until August 15th.
Yeah, it's a dead game.
You literally can't even get the game again.
But that's kind of, I guess it is common sense. It is in the fabric of what a live service game is, because it's in the name. It's a live service. And when the live service becomes discontinued, there's no more incentive to play the game. I think that's kind of common sense. I would just prefer it to not be like that, because, yeah, why not? I paid for the game. But then we go into like, do you pay for the game, the software product, the game, or do you pay for a license to play the game? And that license could be revoked at any moment, which I don't think is very consumer friendly.
So if the only way to buy this or play it right now is to get EA Play, download it via that, and play it within the next 180 days, or else you'll never get to experience the game. Now, I've heard about people who played it, and some people say it's an okay game. It's not terrible by any means, but also it's really nothing special, and that's probably why it flopped. So much money and time and investment put into it just to be kind of a meh game is kind of stupid. So I do understand that.
Oh, hold on. How long has the pop-ups been on mute?
Give it a shot.
Hold on.
If it was like, a freebie on something,
He's ASKINWALKER.
He's a skinwalker. He kind of is. He emulates a lot of the behaviors from other people that he thinks are good and that are going to get him over in wrestling terms, but it doesn't work. Just like when he stole the whole begging song and dance from Triple P. And he did it in the most, like, emulating way possible. He just, like, skinwalked that guy. It was so weird. So yeah, I agree with you, formerly Chuck. He definitely is a skinwalker.
Can you please put a gypsy curse on him, Megat?
No, sadly, I don't know any gypsy curses, and I don't know any gypsies. So for that, you might need to hit up someone else.
Or maybe the thing that gets me.
But I think he's been gypsy cursed already. I mean, just look at him. We've been talking about him not being able to like extract a folder in another folder.
No offline content. They literally never made the game playable offline. So if you didn't have an online connection, you never could play it. You always had to do it co-op.
Oh, the thing is, hold on. The thing is, this game in particular is one of the least necessary online games ever. Like, you don't even have to be online for this game at all. Because the only reason, I guess, is being able to play with somebody else. But outside of that, the game is just completely offline. You wouldn't be able to tell that you're playing online when you're playing the game. Because you play against bots. The world is dead. There's no, like, interactive live elements. It's just you flying around and shooting people and restarting the same missions over and over again.
Stupid.
It is stupid.
It really is. Like, and I get it, too, because MMOs are the same, right? MMOs, if you don't have your online connection, there is no offline mode for an MMO where you could just play it for yourself as if it's like a single-player RPG. I think that's sad. I think that a lot of games, sadly, are going to be lost to history, and people won't be able to experience them, At least for games that have giant followings. Like, for example, if World of Warcraft were to actually sunset, I feel like there would be fans who would be like, well, we want this to continue.
Yeah, but World of Warcraft has dedicated servers. It literally has private servers. I think they're still on, because they were on when I was a kid. There was people literally charging for you to use their private server, actually. And a lot of them were better than the official Blizzard servers, because they had some tweaks and modifications that fans were asking for that Blizzard wouldn't implement themselves.
Continue. And you'd have people who still have their own individual servers where they still run World of Warcraft. Even if it gets to be super old, they still want to have that experience, right?
Yeah, they do that.
Anthem
can do that too. There were Call of Duty private servers when I was a kid, like Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. There were just private servers were supported. I think they were just straight up called dedicated servers.
Game. And the fact that these game devs didn't even want to make it. Did you hear the story of Anthem? So basically, Bioware was told by EA, we need you to follow the trends. We need you to trend chase and make a team shooter. And Bioware literally went back to EA and said, we make single-player RPGs. This is new territory for us. We don't really know what we're doing. We don't think that this is a good idea. And EA said, do what you're told.
Yeah, Battlefield 2 as well,
Your
private
paychecks,
service.
Or you can find a job elsewhere. So they were forced to make Anthem against their will. And this is the end result.
They were forced against their will. This is so dramatic. Yeah, there was just a really bad business decision to make this studio that doesn't make games like this make a game like this. Of course, it's ridiculous.
When you
They were forced against their will. Sure, man.
because you think you can pocket it for profits, that's where you make a big mistake.
When was the last time DSP was creative? Serious question. This is an actual serious question. And I'm going to give him credit if we can come up with something. When was the last time he was creative? If I look at his channel, I'm going to get a heart attack. Let's see what's happening here. Was he creative when he came up with a new way to exploit people and get their money? Because that's what his whole thing is about. He is the type of person that BioWare would love to have. Or EA, actually, because they're the publisher. He's the type of person that EA would love to have because they would agree on everything. Because both of their goals is to maximize profits. And it doesn't matter how much effort it takes because we're not putting it in. Everything is easy as fuck. Look at this. Where's the creativity? How creative is he? He doesn't even make his own layouts for his streams. Doesn't make anything himself. He can't even mod a game without somebody fucking helping him. Where's the creativity, Phil?
Video games very much so are profitable.
Oh, yeah, even when he got the chance and the resources to be as creative as he wanted, back when the Kino thing was happening, his creative ideas were, let's shit on my trolls. Let's make fun of Duty and Review Tech USA. That's what his ideas was. His creative pinnacle.
Pieces of product to sell, but they are also artistic works. And arguably, if you look at the body of work that BioWare has put out, right? Single-player RPGs like...
Okay, yeah, let's get over this idea that a studio, we can just say the name and they will always be good. Like Rockstar Games will always be good because they're Rockstar Games. No. Maybe GTA 6 is gonna suck if they got rid of a bunch of the people that made the previous games good and hired a bunch of people who cannot recreate that magic. Same thing with BioWare. Stop expecting BioWare to put out bangers because they did back when I was a kid. Because it's different people working there now, and judging by their latest games, there's people that are trash and are not very good at what they do. Because those games were executed very poorly. And also the executives, on an executive level, of course. They used to make better decisions than they do now, and now they don't. So, yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic.
What was BioWare's last actual good game? BioWare games list. Let's just do that. So we have Anthem was 2019. Legendary Edition Mass Effect, that doesn't count. Okay, let's see here. So we got the original Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Neverwinter Nights. Here we got bangers. Here we got the bangers. Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire, Mass Effect 1, Dragon Age Origins, Legendary, Mass Effect 2, Dragon Age 2. Not that great. That wasn't that great, but still considerably better than whatever they're putting out today. Then we have Mass Effect 3 that people generally thought it was okay, I think, or mixed results. Inquisition, I didn't like. People liked it a lot for some reason. Andromeda Disaster from 2017. So the last good game they put out was 2014, 12 years ago. So, okay, makes sense.
Or Dragon Age or Mass Effect. They have a forte that they can focus on and excel at. When you take them out of that forte and say, just do what everyone else is doing, you have stifled creativity, you have missed the mark, and you
man,
know what you're doing with your own company. And this just proves that these people who are in charge of these games...
I expect a little bit too much of him, but I expect him to have something more than literally the most basic take that you can have on this subject. This is like actually the most rudimentary knowledge on the subject you can have. And he's talking about it like he's running for president.
In companies are just suits. They are rich bitches. Spoon in the mouth, everything paid for, no strive for adversity. They don't know diddly dick about gaming or anything.
What about Phil, though? What about Phil? I think he grew up to be very, very privileged, which reflects in his overall lack of knowledge and skills. Because if he didn't grow up to be a privileged little baby, he would have a lot more skills than he does now, and he would know a lot more about many different things than he does now.
Else, but they're put into positions of power because they're rich. So, hey, I'm on the board of 7 companies. I know what I'm doing. Hey, look, over there, there's a...
He's not wrong, though. I mean, everybody can shit on gaming executives. I'm not, like, defending them or something, obviously. Gaming executives is, like, worse than game journalists.
Trend. Everyone's doing looter shooters together now. Take a look at all the Tom Clancy games that are printing money. We need to do that, too. Quick, make a game like that, Bioware. And Bioware says, what are you talking about? Like, we don't make that. We're not going to know what we're doing. This is not going to work. No, too bad. Make it anyway. But we don't know. No, just do it or you're fired. All right, you asked for it.
And he's making it seem like super simple because there have been companies in the past that have made different games to what they usually make, and they have been relatively successful or very successful.
And this is what you get. So now here we are in 2025, shaking our heads at what could have been. Imagine if instead of taking Mass Effect away from the core Bioware team and giving it to this B team that made Andromeda, imagine if they kept making good Mass Effect games.
Imagine if Bad Thing was good. That's some great insight, Phil. Imagine if DSP streams were actually good. Imagine if DSP never became popular on the internet, quote unquote popular. He might have been a semi-normal person now. Because one of the worst things that could happen to somebody like him is to find a large group of people to worship him and agree with him and give him all this negative reinforcement. Because what this does is just makes him... It validates his toxic as fuck and bad, lazy, trash behavior. And we get more of this. Big ups Disgruntled Frenchman for 27 months, dude.
You know, how things could have been different. And the path that BioWare has now gone down as a result of bad choices like this. Now you get Dragon Age, but you get Dragon Age Dawnguard. Was it Dawnguard?
Veilguard.
No, it was Veilguard. And they make literally every bad fucking choice you could possibly make, making the game incredibly boring, repetitive, nothing interesting going on, then wedging in left-wing politics and culture wars. I mean, they could have still been making good games, but EA fucked them with Anthem. And now they've...
No, EA fucked them in general. It's not with Anthem. They could have rebound, and they didn't.
The people who were actually in charge back...
Because, like, that's the thing, dude. Games cost so much to make, and to make a AAA game. And they take so long to make that the publisher, the executives, want it to be a surefire hit. So how do we do that? Let's just make it Battle Royale. Make it an extraction shooter. Make it a live service looter shooter. Make it whatever the fuck is popular right now. But 5 years from now, when the game actually comes out, this thing is not going to be popular. So this is what kind of happened with Anthem, even though Anthem had a plethora of other issues as well. But mainly this. They just want to play it safe, and playing it safe in art, which video games are, is not a good idea.
in the day when they were making.
You can play it safe with Call of Duty.
Original Mass Effect trilogy.
And you just get Call of Duty every year. And now Call of Duty is his own genre of a live service video game, where you know exactly what you're going to get.
The old Dragon Age games don't work there anymore. They said, fuck this. I'm not going to keep working at this company where I'm being forced to make garbage like Anthem. So how the mighty have fallen, but in this case, you can't blame BioWare. You got to blame the morons in charge who forced them to make this shitty game. And it's sad because you can't even play it after January. The game that ruined the company will now actually not go down in history because no one will be able to play it ever again to know how bad it was.
Well, we have a bunch of YouTube videos that show how bad it was.
I don't
It's
know
not exactly,
more guys.
yeah, the end of the world.
I don't know. Anyway, well, that's the news story. Let's see here. Stuart did a £5 super chat, which is the equivalent of like $6.72. And he says, this is why we need to spread the message of stop killing games and take this to the lawmakers. Go for it. You can do that, Stuart. Enjoy. I believe that, yes, games should be playable for posterity purposes for future generations. I do feel that these games that are being made online only are a bad move. And I feel like we are going to lose our history. And that's sad. Games that you played.
No, they're just going to remaster them 12 times. Like The Last of Us. They're going to remaster The Last of Us next week, probably.
Fly. That's really bad. You know, and especially when you bought that game, or at least a license to play the game, to the fact that they can just pull that rug out from under you whenever they want, that's pretty ridiculous.
You know what I noticed this happens with? Sports games. Because I like playing older football and older basketball games, but I don't have any of them. So my only way of getting them, like for example, NBA 2K14 is one of the greatest sports games of all time. And you can't play it. You just can't play it. Unless you've bought it once upon a time when they actually sold it, you just can't play it. Which is ridiculous. And the FIFA games, that's exactly what I mean as well. Like FIFA 15 or 14 or whatever.
Okay. There you go. Erebus UK.
All these segments make it clear he has no idea how the world works, but because he's a narcissist he doesn't seek to find out, he just inserts himself as the center point. Also love how he likes stop killing games, but doesn't act or promote, so lazy.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly what he's trying to do with that. I think at least you should mention it and promote it because it's good. But also, like, he's not saying anything wrong here. Like, I don't disagree with him. It's just like very low level takes that you can get better and more detailed opinions from somebody else who is not that tenured in the industry, because this guy has been doing it for 17 years and all he said is executives bad because they make bad decision and we are losing recipes.
He says Metal Gear Online.
The losing recipes. I want to explain what this means because it's funny as hell. Yeah, you probably know. You've been on the internet, but it's great.
Oh my God, this is what's wrong with today. The young ladies today, they're not learning from mom how to cook. We're losing recipes. And now
we're losing recipes. Sounds like an announcer in a MOBA game. This is a League of Legends announcer. We're losing the Hibernator, whatever that was called.
Are two games that are technically offline, but developers and community have kept them online. So there you go. And like I said, I think it depends on the game as well. Like, I feel like a game that has a big enough community, like, for example, World of Warcraft would never be allowed to completely shut down. Fans would absolutely maintain servers and do stuff to keep that alive, right?
Yeah, but also private servers,
Some
dude.
games are going to go away, and there's not much that we can...
Like, people were playing Wrath of the Lich King after, what was it, Mists of Pandaria? Was that how it was called? After that came out, people were still playing Wrath of the Lich King on private servers. I don't know if Blizzard stopped that, but I don't think they would.
Really do about it as consumers, because we're not in charge.
I don't think they would.
These jokers at EA and companies like that, these moron suits, they don't...
Yeah, but you buy Call of Duty every year, Phil. You buy all these yearly franchises, and you fall for all the schemes, and you buy all the microtransactions in Street Fighter. You were a part of the problem.
Understand gaming culture. They don't understand gaming at all. All they see are dollar signs, and if the dollar signs don't come, oh well, shut it all down. Wow, what a great attitude to have about art, huh? Oh, I just got a dollar tip. Listen to this. One thing to understand about modding is that some games are significantly better for it than others. Rockstar and FromSoft are some of the worst.
What does that mean?
As difficult as possible, these games have zero mod support. Some PC-centric games...
Oh, I got it. Like installing the actual mod. Sure, yeah.
Can you add mods with the click of a button on a Steam Workshop, but the mods themselves are way more substantial because the devs release mod tools. That's partly why smaller, more niche games have huge modding scenes, but games like Red Dead 2 or Dark Souls...
Why do you feel like Phil would care about knowing this? right? He cares about complaining. That's what he wants to do. And complaining comes with ignorance. You can't complain about stuff that you understand and you know about. Come on.
Oh, thank God you're back, King. You sound so tired I can go fight Mr. Gates for you after his cryo chamber. All your streams are so epic, bro. Philly boy seriously thinks he's the main component. You're just funny and creative. He's so lucky he found his dents.
Big ups, Joseph. I wouldn't say I'm tired. It's not even like 5 p.m. I'm still on the clock, dude. I got like an hour and a half. But this really works with passing the time because it's been 2 hours that I would have otherwise spent doing something else, I guess.
In comparison.
So big ups for the $3, Joseph.
Totally new to the scene. Don't really know much about it. I appreciate the education. And the more that I understand it, the
He's
better.
new to the
That
scene.
information. That's interesting to know.
That's why I think mods are fucking stupid.
I wonder why some companies are so open
He's
to
new
it,
on the
others are so
scene.
blatantly opposed.
Because different software is built differently, and sometimes it's harder to inject modified files into a game, and sometimes it's easier.
Like, here's the thing. Maybe
It's
what they
different.
should do, like, I can understand, for example, let's say GTA 6 comes out, okay? Arguably, you probably want that game to be kind of protected for a while. It's a brand new game in your IP. You want people to be buying it on the various platforms. But I almost feel like after a certain time period passes, now as it becomes a more established title with a legacy, that's when you should start to loosen the grip, you know?
What
Like,
do you think that the game developers give their permission for their games to be modded? Sometimes it just happens. It just happens. Somebody cracks the files or whatever. They get access to the files and they start changing them without the consent of the developer.
for example,
And there's gonna be mods on GTA Day 1 probably.
GTA 6 is going to come out on consoles first. Fair enough. Then it's going to come out on PC. Okay. Maybe have a time window. And maybe be like, okay, when GTA 6 is like, I don't know, 3.
Yeah, just
4, 5
stop
years
talking. This is a
loosen
stupid
the grip
point.
and say, all right, now we're going to allow mods. Here's some mod tools. Here's this. Keep our game alive, right? But what it might be is that Rockstar sees so many dollar signs as a result of keeping the grip that they don't want to loosen it, right? I mean, to this day, GTA Online is printing money. So why would they want people to mod the game and get all that shit for free that you're paying for right now?
Phil, you're a retard. 5M exists. And so does SAMP, and so does multiplayer for GTA 4. Those things exist still. They actually are real. So 5M is the, I guess, private server version of GTA 5. GTA Online, technically. So you can just go and make your own server and role play with other people. That's where people do all the role playing stuff. With custom scripts and custom everything. This shit exists, dude. And he's acting like he discovered something. He's so fucking dumb.
Right? Who would be paying for GTA?
Yeah, I guess not dumb, but ignorant. Mainly ignorant, but also dumb.
Online for the cars, for the houses, for the clothing, for the weapons, for the heists, for the skins. Who would be paying for it if you could just mod it and get it all for free?
Yeah, you can. You still can.
So I think that's the point, right? I do. I believe that is the
Also, you can cheat. Rockstar owns 5M. How is it any different now, though? Because you can still have, like, custom servers, I assume.
point is, if the money keeps printing, the control stays tight. Now, with a game like GTA 4, I don't think they're making much money. I bought GTA 4 Complete Edition, which is the 4K PC version plus all the DLCs for $6 on Steam. $5.99. So I don't think they're really missing out on my... You know what I mean?
No?
Indica says some game creators don't like seeing their art get changed. Other game creators like to have people build on their vision. It really is a preference thing.
Okay, so a lot of the copyrighted clothing and cars in 5M got struck, and a lot of servers had to change shit. I would get it if Take-Two, I guess, or Rockstar owns it, and they want to protect themselves from litigation. That's fair. But still, you can have, I assume, I would need to check this again, but I'm pretty confident in the assumption that you can have custom servers where you can just get a bunch of the stuff from the online game into that version.
I could see that too. I could totally see that too. Like, you wouldn't want people to completely change your original intention of what a game was because they modded it and the mod became more popular, right? I could totally understand that. Okay, well, we covered... Oh, wait a minute. I missed it. Princess Luna tipped $5. Sorry about that, Princess Luna. Have you seen the new World of Warcraft cinematic? It looks like a machinima animation. How far they have fallen. Oh, no. I haven't done anything in World of Warcraft in a zillion years. I'm the last person to be in the know about that game. But it's Activision Blizzard, and they were already in a tailspin before they were bought out by Microsoft. And now with the insane...
somebody earlier in chat asked me, how is Death Stranding 2? I don't really know how to present it to you. I guess if you like the first one, you're going to like this. Probably more, because it is better in a lot of aspects. There's more combat and flexibility in combat. There is more structures to be made. There's more, I guess, fun deliveries. It's just a way more refined version of the first game. I enjoy it very much. And the gameplay loop of building stuff is very addictive. Like, especially when we talk about roads and building like the perfect path that you can get a great score on your delivery. It's excellent. I love it. But if you didn't like the first one or didn't care about it, chances are you're not going to care about this one or like it. So just, I guess, you kind of already have an opinion on it one way or another.
Miss and non-management of Microsoft, I can just imagine how they're doing. So, not shocking to hear anything like that. Okay. Thank you for the early support. We're at $64 out of the 150 goal. Remember, guys, we are working towards Grillo's Pickles menu at Sonic. If we hit the goal today, we'll be at 44, and then we'll have 6 more to go to do DSP tries at Grillo's Pickles menu. So, for the launch here of the GTA 4 with mods playthrough, let's hit the goals. Let's actually hit 50 goals on this stream. So let's get it going. We only need about $1,000 more. And then we'll do Grillo's Pickles on this very stream. If we hit 50 goals on this stream to celebrate the launch of GTA 4 with mods. All right.
What? The launch of GTA 4? And licking his lips, of course. He's so fucking greasy. Because, of course, he knows he's not going to get this money, but there's a chance that he will. So let's make a salesman pitch as convincing as possible. Let's celebrate the launch of GTA 4 with mods. It just released, you guys. It didn't exist until Phil decided to make it.
We will do Grillo's Pickles today. So let's bring in the $1,000 right now. Let's get 100 subs over on Kick. Let's get a $500 tip. Let's get it going.
And now we got to laugh at the end. Otherwise, people are going to think I'm serious when I beg for money.
Anyway, back to more serious stuff. Yes, I did hear about this. Sadly, Michael Madsen has passed away. Michael Madsen is the very well-known American actor.
Wait, actually?
Quentin Tarantino films, such as...
It's not mostly Quentin Tarantino films. Mostly. Really? Oh, 4 hours ago. Oh, no, it's not 4 hours ago. Even though this article was made 4 hours ago. First of all, I thought this guy was dead for like the last 3 years. But now I realize he wasn't, and that he just died, which makes it more annoying, I guess, which sucks. He was a great actor. He had a specific thing that he did very well with his acting, and he did it very well. And he had, oh my God, he's got bitches. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 gals. Wow. He was a playboy. Well, he had a great life. He was, how many years old? 67. Could have lived a couple more, but yeah. Yes, he was based. Was popular. Shout out to him. And let's get some subs.
Bill. But he has a huge filmography. He's done voice acting work. He actually was a voice actor for GTA.
No, I wasn't thinking of Tom Sizemore. Is Tom Sizemore also dead? He is also dead. Everybody that I know dies. Fuck's sake. When is DSP's turn?
3. So, yes, sadly, rest in peace.
God damn it.
He had a...
Why does he outlive everybody that I like? One by one, they all fall down, and fucking this guy is here playing GTA 4 with mods.
And, you know,
2025.
he was in all these films and everything. It sucks.
Yeah, we can't lose Steve Buscemi. Come on. Steve Buscemi is alive eternally.
He was the dad in Free Willy. He's done a lot of roles. It's funny. He's one of those actors that he's generational, where like for one generation, he was like in everything, but you forget. And then you'll just be watching a random movie from like 1993. And you're like, is that fucking Michael Madsen? He was in this movie? I didn't even remember that. And then you watch, he's like, he's really good.
Because he was mostly a side character. Like that's kind of like what he was really good at, being a side character, kind of a villainous guy, and sometimes just straight up a bad guy.
In this movie. And I couldn't even remember he was in it, but he's really good.
He just had that vibe with it.
Part of that era, that like 90s to early 2000s era, where he was just in everything and he was really good at no matter what he was in. Someone tipped me $1, says, you know, EA should pull a Barv, just like they made people do by playing Veilguard. Yes. I think EA owes everyone a Barv for their boneheadedness. Thank you for the $1 tip there.
What, a bar?
Inside reference.
Whatever.
To Dragon Age Veilguard, for those who don't know. Okay. Yes, I played Helldivers 2 last year. I did enjoy my time with the game. I played it for like a month and a half, 2 months. I thought it was fun, but eventually the gameplay loop got kind of repetitive and boring for me, mostly because I wasn't playing it with an established team. I was just like dropping in, dropping out with randoms. So it was fine. It was fun. I get why people
Why didn't you play with an established team, Phil? You have a whole fandom of people wanting to play with you.
Probably wouldn't go back to it. Am I going to play Borderlands 4? I don't know yet. I'm undecided. Did I ever play Excitebike? The only time I ever played Excitebike was last summer. There was the Nintendo World Championships game that released.
How long does DSP have left to live? I'm afraid my unironic prediction is that he's going to live a pretty long life. He's going to be at least 70. Yeah. And he's going to be on the internet the whole time. That's what I can see as a realistic possibility. And I'm not even talking about like a non-zero chance of this happening. I'm talking about like an over 50% chance of this happening. He's going to be at least 65. 65 I give as a almost guaranteed.
On Switch, and Excitebike was one of the challenge run games.
But I think his curse is that everything around him will die. Everything around him. It's like the opposite of the Midas touch. The Burnell touch. Everything that he touches will turn to ash and dust. And everyone else will get to watch and laugh. And he will be wishing that he wasn't there.
In that collection. And
he will be on the internet the whole time. Because once people like this get addicted to clout, because I think he's addicted to clout, actually. Because clout addiction is real. Once people like this get addicted to the attention that comes with being on the internet, they just never get out of it. It's just, he is going to be streaming, vlogging, uploading videos eternally. Even after he dies, he's probably going to have like 10 million videos in a playlist that are going to premiere automatically.
That's when I played it.
Maybe the Dead Man's Switch.
As a regular NES game. So, in a lot of ways, sometimes I feel like Michael Madsen in real life because I have clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. And I'm stuck here in the middle with you. That was really bad, but I had to say it. I mean,
this is trash.
Old man drift in his 60s.
Oh yeah, he will. But he's not like a likable old man. Because old people are cool to hang out with because they have a lot of life experiences. They've done many things and have many things to talk about in an interesting way. And they have their own perspective as people who have wisdom and those experiences I'm talking about. But he has none of that. He is just going to be the bitter old man who is jealous of everybody else because they are younger, because they make more money, because it's a new era where people can make money on the internet by not doing anything. And he feels like it should be like the good old days where you can make money on the internet by spamming videos on YouTube. So yeah, it's kind of going to be this. And he already is the bitter old man. He's just actually going to become that because now he is like a middle-aged man who is a bitter old man. But then he's going to be a bitter old man who's a bitter old man. Hip surgery goal at what age? That's a good question, Bob Starsky. I'm thinking probably this time next year you're going to have a hip surgery. He's got a pretty big flight of stairs. So all I'm saying is all he needs is a gust of wind, and we're going to be begging for that hip surgery. And if a couple of years pass, we're not even going to be begging for a hip surgery. We're going to be begging for a casket. Cat's gonna show up on stream to beg for money.
I had to do it. All right.
You had to do it. Good thing I completely yapped about something else to make you forget about the shitty ass joke you just made.
I know, that was really bad. People were like, no, he's just the emo. No, why did he do that? Why? I know, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. All right, I apologize. Will I buy snakeskin cowboy boots for your next reward? Sure, why not? And wear them on stream? I'll lift up my foot, and instead of a colored sock like this, it would be...
Oh my god, stop! No!
Snakeskin.
Fuck's sake. What the fuck is this?
Boo? Want that?
How did he lift it up like
That
that?
would make my feet...
Like, you look at this guy and you're like, yeah, this is the least flexible person ever. And he's like pulling up his foot on like nose level. This is insane.
be uncomfortable.
Guy's a freak.
Wouldn't want to wear snakeskin boots, just to be honest. Is Geese in CVS too? Yes, he is. Geese Howard. And I did use him at one point for a bit. I think he's a decent character, pretty much higher mid-tier, lower high-tier, but I haven't used
Yeah, just getting instantly skipped.
We'll find out as we play, but we'll, you know,
Like,
hopefully...
instinctively skipped.
It looks like a prosthetic leg. It does. Yes, I just have a prosthetic leg that I sit around here on the floor, and I lift it up on whenever I want. See, it's prosthetic. That's why I can wiggle the toes.
That's so fucking dumb. But it's also really dumb thinking that he has a fake leg. Like, some people unironically think he had a fake leg that he's showing. Instead of just believing he can pull up his leg like this.
Look out, here comes the foot. Oh, up. Oh.
Bro. Did he actually just do this? Did he actually just do this?
I'll see. That's right. Dong, 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 dong.
No. No way. Why is my mouse not? I accidentally clicked his fucking tips page. God damn it.
Look out, here comes the foot. Oh, up.
He hit himself in the face with his own foot. This guy's like, what, 43? That's so retarded.
That's right. Dong, 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 dong. Look out, here comes the foot. Oh, up.
This is a children's entertainer. This is too immature for Sesame Street. This is too immature for Coco Melon. But it's about as mature as some of those Nickelodeon shows, because they had a thing for feet.
I'm like Dalcine. That dong, dong, dong. Look out, here comes the foot. Oh.
Look out, here comes the foot. And he just hit himself in the face. It's so dumb.
Oh.
This was so stupid.
Dong, 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 dong. Anyway, no, I did not see the Bandai Namco showcase. They had a showcase. No one really got busy with other games. New games came out.
Honestly, I think by the time this guy is 65 years old, he'll be heavily outplaced by artificial intelligent tubers like Noro Summer. He'll talk about how back in the day it was humans making content.
He might. I don't know. By the time he's 64, what is this? 65. What is this, like 20 years from now? Technically, let's count it 20 years from now. So this is going to be 2045. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right, actually. Or he's going to be using AI aggressively. Because AI, it's kind of hard to determine where it's going to go in the next decade, because there's just so much insane shit happening with it. And it's progressing quickly, and companies are adopting it, but then at the same time, people hate it. It's pretty unpredictable. But I think at some point, he's just going to buy a subscription to some AI service, and he's going to make all his shit there. It's going to be like his thumbnails, his videos are going to be AI edited. I think that's going to happen.
Since then, there's been...
This is going to cost him like, what, $20 a month to get all that? And you can do it right now.
Little to no demand for Night Rain. And the thing is, I told you guys at the time it came out that would happen. I said, I get to guarantee you this will not be like Elden Ring or Dark Souls. This is going to be a game that comes out. We all enjoy it for like a couple streams, and then it will go right to the back and no one will care. And that's exactly what happened. It's a multiplayer only game, that, you know, the stupid survival type style. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that that's the kind of game that you guys are going to enjoy watching me play over and over, you know?
Yeah, maybe if you had friends, if you had somebody to play it with.
Yes, it does. When you use YouTube Premium and you watch someone's channel, I receive credit as if you were watching this channel with full ads enabled. So you're watching me with YouTube Premium actually does support the channel, and I thank you for that. What's my shoe size? 13.
What's a 13? 13 is a 46. Yeah, that's mine too. You got the same size feet, except he's got gout, so I win. I have better feet.
Go like 12 and a half, but usually it's around 13. I have giant feet.
They're not giant. They're not giant. 46 is not giant at all. If you got a 48, then we're talking, but 46 is not giant whatsoever.
Why is everyone so quiet? Yours is 13 and a half? Yeah. It's annoying having big feet because shoes are one of the things that the sizes aren't equivalent. So you could go buy a shoe of one brand and you buy 13s and they're too small. So you got to get a 13 and a half. But then you could buy a brand that's 12 and a half and it feels like it's like just right. Like that doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be a measurement of size. So why are they off? I don't know. But it's been like that my whole life. It's very frustrating.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Pairs of shoes.
No, never happened to me. I buy my shoes online, and all of them fit, and all of them are good.
Because they're not.
This is some bullshit. You're just trying to seem like he's special. Like he's got huge feet, which are not huge. They're standard.
Accurate, because I have big
for a man his height, I guess.
When you have big feet, they usually don't have the big sizes.
Yeah, he really is acting like he's Shaq. No, it's not even a big size. It's always accessible and available.
That often in stores. If you have
it's a standard size for men.
Average size.
Come on.
They have like a ton of your size. But for me, they usually have like one pair of shoes in the store.
Yeah, you go to the wrong store.
So, it's annoying. Looks like I received a $4.99 super chat. It is a super sticker from Snoopy. Thank you, Snoopy, for $5 of support. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not $5. It's $4.99.
We get halfway to the goal by the end of the podcast.
No.
For chats, and we do have tips. We have 0 subs, no support whatsoever from the Kick audience. None. A big goose egg. What is going on over on Kick? What has happened to all of you? Are you destitute? Have you all been?
Are you destitute?
Microsoft, and you all got laid off? Is that what happened?
Whoa.
You're all now unemployed?
But hold on, now this is funny now? This is a joke now. Yesterday, he was losing his fucking mind over Microsoft firing people. And now it's just a joke. Oh, are you guys fucking laid off?
Wow. It's awful.
God damn.
If that actually is the case. But what is happening over there? Game Boy, how you doing, man? How am I going to put away the vests tomorrow? I have storage bins that I have, and I'm going to pull one out of my garage, an empty one. And as we wear a hat or vest, right, it'll be on camera. And then when we hit the next milestone of $50, it'll be a new hat or vest. We'll do polls.
Such a stupid gimmick.
What I had on will go into this storage bin and be retired.
But what's going to happen with the ones that don't get retired? When currently he's not doing the hat and vest gimmick. If you hit the goal, he just plays the shitty overlay and he says that he wins and that the trolls suck dick. He doesn't do the hat and vest gimmick. So what's going to happen with the ones that aren't retired? It's such an underbaked idea.
How tall am I? I am 5'11".
5'11". Okay, let's convert that. A 5'11" to 5'11". That's 180. Oh, this guy is shorter than me. Lol. 5'11". Why does it say 5.91? The fucking dog shit AI? No, it still is. It's 180. Okay, I'm around 190, which is like I think like 6'1", perhaps.
Am I
allegedly
tomorrow?
Of course.
Yes. How much?
Can be drinking right now.
The more you support, the more I drink. How do I take my coffee?
Alcoholic, by the way. Alcoholic. Allegedly.
What's my favorite burger? Well, I'll just say this. Man, that burger that I had from Jollibee was actually quite good. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I would be craving that burger again because it tasted so good. The meat was seasoned and tasted great, much better than standard hamburger meat. It had fresh veggies, good condiments. Like, it was seriously good. Nick Smith did a $2 super chat. He is embarrassing and insulting Kick. He says Kick is poor and... He says you guys have dented heads. That's what he just said. That's pretty insulting, I feel.
Dude, you guys remember when he had the rant about wheelchairs and dents? You can look it up. Actually, I will look it up right now. bigpiggo.net. .net or .re? .net. I got it. Whoa. The one time I actually got it right. Wheelchairs or dents. This is the... Here it is. Here it is. Now listen to what his official statements on calling his fans wheelchairs and dents is.
Someone like that. I already know that they're a scumbag. There's nothing fascinating to get out of talking to those people. If someone wanted to do a documentary on those people, you get the inside story of who they are, why they do what they do, how underhanded the shit they do is, how they think that they're like I said yesterday, these people have communities, and the communities criticize me for what I say. I will say someone in Street Fighter who literally just mashes a pattern with no thought is a mouth drooler, and they say that's very offensive. And then they go on to say things like people in my community are wheelchairs or dents.
Yeah, bro. Here's the thing. Here's the thing people don't really understand about hypocrisy, the context, the concept of hypocrisy. That it's okay sometimes and it's understandable. Like in this case, I can call his wife a fat retard, and I can call his fucking cat, whatever, anything. I can say all these things because I have identified myself from the very beginning as being a toxic online shithead mouth drooler idiot, right? And he has identified himself and positioned himself as the businessman, the hardworking businessman, mature adult with a family and a household. So that kind of a person should not be saying those things. And he shouldn't be calling people mouth droolers in Street Fighter because he is a lot better than I am, supposedly, allegedly. But he still does those things, right? And that's where the problem is. I don't expect a community of trolls to be nice and well put together and use a very coherent and well put together sentences. No, I expect them to be mean and toxic because that's what the essence of online trolling is. That's what the idea of this whole thing is. And that's why I fucking make fun of people that want the detractors, quote unquote, the detractors, because there's no singular detractor unit or monolith. They want them to be better than Phil. But that shit is gay and fucking boring. That shit is retarded. Being better than Phil is fucking cringe and autistic. And it's boring. It's nothing interesting in being an online troll, but you also don't do all the mean things or the fun things. You just moral fag infinitely. That shit is trash. So, there you go.
To insanely offensive comments or terms about handicapped people that should never be said. And they just say it over and over like it's normalized in their community to say that that's fine. They can say that really fucked up, but God forbid that I say something about someone's skill level in a fighting game. Right?
Yeah, I'm a hater. And you're the businessman, the sandwich shop owner.
But that's what I mean. That's what should be looked at and analyzed. Not,
yeah, we're not on the same level.
When he raged, like, what the fuck? That's not even interesting. It's not. The stuff going on over there, like, it's funny because they all like to say that Phil's the lol cow. No. Those communities are way more interesting than me. Therefore, they're the lol cows.
No, that's that turned out to be a much better segment than I thought.
Them act out and see how they react, like with their infighting and their horse shit. That's the fascinating thing to study. Not me. I'm just a normal dude playing games and having fun with a few people online every day.
That's what every lol cow says. Every lol cow says, I'm not a lol cow. I'm actually pretty normal. That's what all of them say. Every single one.
Interesting here. You know what I'm saying? At all. It's just... nothing at all. It's them making the drama. That's the fascinating subject. So
he's desperately, like in this clip, I know like what he's that it's kind of out of context and it's off topic. But in this clip, he just is so desperate to make his problem, which is the detractors, someone else's problem so they can solve it. Much like what made him so excited about the Ethan Klein lawsuit is that someone else is going to solve his problem, or at least that's how he understood it. And then quickly realized that this is not like this.
Them out, not me, right? And leave me alone. And vice versa. I have no desire to talk to them or become involved with them at all. I don't care. I don't even know who most of them are. I only know about them because you come into my chat and you'll say a word about them. You know, I'll be like, oh, that's who it is? I don't even know. I don't know. I literally right now couldn't name, besides this duty streams guy, I couldn't even name like another one of these modern detractors of mine. They're just the next generation of fucking loser who just does this.
We're just here to point and laugh at an alien.
Depends. Some people are here for that. Some people obviously despise him and hate him and have spite for him. And seethe about him. And that's their business. I don't really give a fuck about who is here for what reason. I care about why I'm here and the stuff that I do. And everybody else is like a person that I don't fucking know because it's the internet. So I'm not going to get tangled up with people that I don't know.
Over and over and over.
They can do their own thing.
So whatever. Okay.
So hold on. The wheelchairs and dents thing. We kind of went off topic, but it's what was it? A malformed head? Was it that? Giant? No. It's the fuck? Because he compared people calling his fans dented to making fun of a baby with a malformed head. Like, that's how he made it seem, instead of just making fun of his fans because they're dumb as fuck. Most of them are disabled. So misshapen? No, fuck it. Well, that's it. We're not gonna waste more time on this.
I think that's a pretty big insult. But that's what he said. I didn't say that. He said that. You understand? I'm not saying that. I'm just reiterating what the person said in their super chat, okay?
Why not, though? Why are you not saying that? You shit on those people constantly, and you call them LARPers. And you consider them to not be a part of your fan base.
Damn. Harsh stuff. I agree, too. The Arby's burger was super good months ago. I was shocked because Arby's is known as the place where you don't get burgers. You get sliced.
Yeah, burger talk again. This getting skipped.
Country's definitely not perfect. There's a lot of things wrong that are trying to be fine on social media, complaining about. But, man, how their freedoms are awful and taken away.
Hold on.
You know? We're definitely not perfect. There's a lot of things wrong that are trying to be fixed or swapped or changed. But, man, you know, we have a lot of things that we take for granted. You know, what I find hilarious.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
People sitting online on social media complaining about how their freedoms are awful and taken away. It's like, do you know what it's like in the rest of the world?
Bro, you don't. First of all, you don't. You have absolutely no idea what it's like in the rest of the world. And second, you complain about fucking fighting games on Twitter. You complain about people watching your live stream and streaming it and making fun of you. That's what you complain about. So you don't even complain about fucking politics and your freedoms potentially being taken away. You complain about video games and fast food, you fucking retarded loser.
Have you ever been to the Middle East?
Have you? Have you been to the Middle East, Phil? The way he said it, it's like he just got off the fucking plane from Syria.
Have you ever seen what it's like in...
Oh, by the way, let's talk about the Middle East. Because this kind of fake-ass fucking virtue signaling pissed me the fuck off. I'm trying to find the one where he said, I don't give a fuck about Syria. Fuck Syria. But again, as always, I can't find anything. I'm just going to blame it on the YouTube algorithm. They've changed it. And it's much worse now. Fuck Syria. Of course. I can't. I would find it if I was looking for it for like 10 million years. But I found MLG Bulgaria. That's what I found. So we're watching MLG Bulgaria now. Congratulations.
Вместо монолитното единство на модернизма, ще имаме хармония на цялото изчасъчно, т.е. заедността на точките. Вместо перфектната сигурност на държавата, ще имаме свобода и отговорност.
He didn't say this, by the way. He's not saying what is on screen. And he also didn't get shot. This was one of the... This is a trash video, by the way. It's one of those publicity stunts where the guy was just looking for a way out of politics. Yeah. But yeah, there's a video of him saying, fuck Syria. I don't give a fuck about Syria. That's what he said. But now he gives a fuck about Syria a lot.
Russia or China.
Yeah.
You think that it's bad in America and you're going to sit here and complain.
What is bad in America? You're complaining about America. You constantly fucking complain about America. Remember President's Day? The President's Day rant. Now I'm going to be able to find this. This is the ultimate complaining about America.
So is he saying we shouldn't be mad if rights we have eventually get taken away because someone else doesn't have them?
Yeah, because someone else is worse. But what if you hit him with the same thing? What if you do the same thing to him? Phil, why are you so angry that you didn't hit the fucking goal? There's people in fucking Africa that are not going to get to eat today. And then watch him lash out. Watch him freak the fuck out on you. President's Day, by the way. This is amazing.
7,000 in the next, month, maybe even if we're and ad revenue is all President's Day. Okay? Now, what is President's Day? Nothing. No, I really mean that. Nothing.
It's nothing.
What happens on President's Day? Nothing. There's no actual holiday celebrations. No one's getting together to celebrate President's Day. It's literally a fake holiday. Nothing happens on it, okay? It's a waste of time. No one benefits from President's Day whatsoever, okay? But
Phil, why are you complaining about President's Day? There's countries where people don't get to eat and they're getting bombed by your country.
It's considered a national holiday here in the United States. It's considered also a bank holiday, a government holiday, and a day when retail stores go crazy with sales. Okay?
So that's a good thing.
So why wasn't I getting my payment from YouTube for the month? Because the banks were closed. The banks were closed. Now I really need to go on a rant.
Yeah. 9? Wow. At the 9/11 mark, he really needs to go on a rant because he wasn't ranting until now.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2022, we live in a digital world. At any
moment, look at this. Look at this complaining.
I can buy something over the internet.
But Phil, people are dying in the Gaza Strip.
Okay. Even on a national holiday like President's Day, businesses just shut down.
But Phil, have you been to Syria? Have you been to the Middle East, Phil?
And the government.
I think Phil hasn't been to the Middle East.
It's awful. You'd be persecuted if you lived in parts of the world. But you're going to sit here and bitch like you don't have it good here? That's pretty entitled. These people who sit around with literally nothing to complain about.
Who are these people, though? He got Twitter brain again. He's always got Twitter brain because his brain chemistry has been permanently rewired by being on the internet. But yes, now we're just yelling at an abstract group of people that are just a singular monolith. They are all a hive mind, and he hates them all.
Who whine the loudest about shit. It's pretty ridiculous and pretty ungrateful for the things that America gives you on a daily basis.
That's insane. America gave him a fake bankruptcy. America gave him the right to walk away with bankruptcy fraud and tax fraud.
And you completely take for granted.
Yes. Okay. Which, by the way, he completely takes for granted that the only reason he is still around is that those people he's fucking complaining about that complain on the internet gave him money for him to be around when he actually pleaded for their support. Because Phil, does Phil think that it's very important that he gets to keep his house when people are dying in the Middle East or people are dying in Russia or Ukraine or whatever? Is it very important that this guy maintains this fancy lifestyle?
Okay. Have I considered trying beer like good craft beer, not mainstream light slop?
Phil, why are we talking about beer? There's people dying right now. Because once you open the can of worms that is the people dying gimmick, then it can always and should be immediately used against you in every instance. because this is one of the cheapest fucking ways that you can shut somebody down is by saying, well, this is not important. There's people dying.
Here's the thing.
And you can use that for every single thing he said. Oh, the mods are not working? Well, Phil, it's not a big deal. Shut up about it. Shut up about it. People dying. Oh, he didn't get his Wendy's order proper? Well, people are dying, so it doesn't matter. This shit would drive him to fucking suicide if you did it with every single thing he does, because nothing he does actually matters. He's a shitty Let's Player on the internet that 5 people know about, and 4 of them hate him.
Your freedoms. You are all acting like butterfly brats. Let's get some subs.
Yeah, let's get some subs. Which burger should I eat next? That's what I'm talking about.
Thing about beer.
This is Mr. DS Politics, by the way. But the moment that his rights are even remotely, there's the idea of his rights are threatened in any kind of way, any kind of his rights, he's going to revolt. He's going to be calling for a revolution. He's going to be calling for the president, the sitting president, to be assassinated, whoever that is. But the most important part is that he has to make his problem somebody else's problem because he can't fix it himself. That's the core level of what DSP is. He's so powerless and so weak and so spineless, he got to make it everybody else's problem.
Calories in it, right? And if I'm going to drink, I prefer to get the effects of the liquor without pumping insane amounts of calories.
And we're not going to get into the point where those places that he mentioned, some of them are this bad because his country bombed the shit out of them, if we're going to go there.
To my body that I don't need. You know, like back in the day, I did drink beer and stuff. It's one of the reasons why I was more overweight. So that's why I don't drink soda. So I probably wouldn't want to drink beer. Mozzie did a $2 super chat. Trump made America great and it deserves respect. I don't think Trump made America great either.
Why not?
People tend to go with.
Give us your inside, Phil.
You know, it wasn't Trump alone. Oh, it was Trump. He did everything.
Who helped him?
About that. Why would I do that? NJZ says, would you consider painting the walls in your room a different color? Why would I ever do that? Having the wall being this off-white allows my background to pop. Look how awesome the light looks on the wall because it's that color. If I painted a different color.
No, it looks like a girl's room, to be honest. It looks like a girl is streaming there, first of all. And second of all, it's just so like, now it's better than it used to be, because back like a couple of months ago, it was just a bunch of shit that exists there. Now there's some sort of taste and order, but not that much.
Then the lighting wouldn't look nearly as...
But it looks like a girl's room.
Fortunate that the walls in this office are this color.
Like, this is not a man cave. Definitely not.
Happy America Style Day, United States, Puerto Rico scissor.
Yeah, America. Dude, how is this a scissor? God damn it, they're scissoring. United States and Puerto Rico. God damn it. Big ups Mandingo Ultra. Happy America Day, everybody.
Try Dragon's Milk. It tastes like chocolate milk, and it's actually a stout beer. Oh, wow. Dragon's Milk. Interesting. To me, Guinness almost tastes like chocolate milk. I like Guinness a lot. I just never drink it. But when I used to drink it back in the day, I loved it. But you have to do it right. You have to get it with that head. If you don't get it with the proper head, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah, he knows all about drinking beer. I don't really even trust him with alcohol. I know it's like you should trust fat people with food because of course they know what they're talking about, but I don't trust him with anything. I think he's fundamentally just like not there, not reliable for anything. He's the ultimate unreliable guy. I guess you can rely on him for streaming every day because he got nothing else to do. Like if he did that, he might as well just lay down in a hole in the woods.
Donkey Kong Bonanza? Heck yes. Like I said, to me, it looks like what Super Mario Odyssey's sequel would have been if they actually made a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey. So I don't know what happened, why they didn't make one, but this is good, and I think this will satiate that desire to get a really good modern 3D platformer. No, I never tried to roller skate in my life. Absolutely not. There you go. Big Papa Phil did a $5 super chat, and he says, greetings, Phil. Thank you for your service as the original creator of Let's Plays and being the prototype YouTube streamer who has inspired so many. That's right. I was the absolute first person ever.
Well, okay, sure, but you want to sell it off as being something like that. That's what you want to pass it like.
Ever to make a Let's Play.
Okay, he wasn't the first ever, but he pioneered the genre, didn't he? Now he's selling himself short.
For sure.
Because when you start giving him compliments, he starts feeling like you're joking, so he feels like he should joke as well.
Undisputable. And so many people have copied me over the years. If you like any content creator who started after the year of 2010, anyone after 2010, they owe it to me. All right? So thank you.
Of course, this is him quote unquote joking, but I've heard a lot of different segments that sound, you know, that sound legit.
Flowers. I appreciate
When he's talking about PewDiePie being inspired by him, when he's talking about who was the other guy, like that he innovated the food eating genre, like all this stuff that he says like unironically, but now someone else said it, so he's gonna play it off as a joke.
Appreciate that.
Now it's funny
Papa Phil. Thank you so much.
because it's Big Papa Phil.
78, so now we're at 83. 83 bucks of support and climbing. Thank you, guys. Hell, at this point, can we hit the goal by the end of the podcast? We're close. If we hit the goal by the end of the podcast, we're at 44 out of 50. Then we only have 6 more to hit during the GTA 4 with mod stream to get DSP Tries It, Grillos Pickles menu. Let's do it.
Yes. Hold on. Shout out to Sister Anime for finding the clip of Ask the King. I would have looked this up on fucking PicPicGo if I knew it was on his channel. God damn it. Dunce. How do I find the fucking notifications here? God damn it, I hate this app. Let him talk.
Let's do it today. Beautiful, right? Can I increase the mic gain by a decibel? A single decibel? I could. Why do I need to do that? Is the mic sound?
Some dent ask for it.
It looks fine in my setup. It's starting to hit red. So if I go a decibel, it actually will hit red more often. I probably don't want to do that. I'll start blowing it out. Would I ever travel?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. No.
No.
No, but I thought, like, you should go there, dude, because things are bad. Things are bad. Okay, let's enjoy this. Of course, after it loads.
All I heard about is Syria. We got to send.
Oh, listen. So this is from 2013.
Testing against the regime that's in political power there. And what happens? Oh, did you notice something about television? As soon as the Syria attack happened, I hear nothing about healthcare. I hear nothing about the economy. I hear nothing about any of these pressing issues that the citizens of America need to be concerned about. All I heard about is Syria. We got to send troops to Syria. We shouldn't send troops to Syria. We're going to vote on Syria.
Bro, it's literally the opposite opinion. The opposite opinion.
Are we going to go attack Syria? Are we going to...
Oh my god. It's not even like, because his opinion in what we just watched was people talk too much about America and the rights that they have and the political situation in America, but people are dying elsewhere. And now, in 2013, it's the inverse opinion. People don't talk about America. They only talk about these other countries that are getting bombed the fuck out of.
This country's backing Syria. This country's not backing Syria. Fuck Syria. I don't fucking care about Syria.
At least I appreciate him being honest, because you can tell that this is what he's actually thinking. This is his actual opinion. Instead of trying to be a fucking political moral fag virtue signaler, pretending to know what is happening in other countries.
I care about in what the fuck is in front of my face right now. I just went to Chicago for vacation. I probably saw, no lie, 100 homeless people on the streets begging for fucking money.
You should make him 101, Phil.
I'm not lying. Had a sign. I am a skilled laborer. I have job skills. I was laid off from my full-time job 20 months ago. Could not find work for a year.
And somehow we pivot back to him being laid off from a helicopter company. God damn it.
Am I going to play Splatoon 3 again? Splatoon 3. No. But
he's so funny. He's so funny when he thinks he's so funny.
I don't know.
Wow.
Developed by the team who made Mario Odyssey.
He's gonna say no again.
No. And the only reason I'm not is because I didn't know that until right now. So
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Now that I have
Jade missed all the other ones.
that knowledge, I am excited. That's cool. Dan Zach did a $5 super chat. I heard men think about the Roman Empire often.
He's gonna do it.
Do you think about the Roman Empire regularly?
No.
I think about it often, not regularly.
Ah, what a crazy switch up. What a switcheroo. This guy completely. He should become a stand-up comedian if he could stand up for more than 30 seconds without getting winded out. He should be the first ever sit-down comedian. Where he just sits in a gaming chair in the middle of the stage and talks about poop out of ass.
What is
and like how it smells and how you touch it.
God. Thank you for this.
Oh my god, and then the turds started coming out. And I'm like, whoa! And then it's like turds everywhere. Like diarrhea poop and like the fucking liquid turds and it was like squirting everywhere. Like yeah, it should be like Dave Blunt's. Dave Blunt's.
Podcast, but we could be able to destroy always online games like The Crew by pulling and plug the servers anymore. All right, well. No. Great. Thank you for $10. True. But do today, and if not, it's all good. Well, no.
Whoa, he did it again. I didn't expect him to do it this time. Only the last 36.
Excuse me.
Come on, do the no again. Come on, the people want it. They want an encore.
Would I ever travel to Italy to learn about my heritage? Well, I have spoken
No.
with my wife that in the future.
No, you can just go there in Flight Simulator. Just pop in Flight Simulator on the Xbox and we can just go there.
Not anytime soon.
What are you gonna do? It's like people there and you need like a visa or a passport or something. You don't even have a fucking driver license. Come on.
But in the future, perhaps we'd like to go to Europe and do like a tour of Europe. Because we were talking about this last night.
Yeah, this is so easy to do, by the way. A tour of Europe. He's gonna die walking. He's gonna die walking. He's gonna be done on day one. He's gonna be done on day one. Not more than 2 days. Not making it. He's gonna go there, walk for 10 kilometers straight, and then just go back to the fucking... He's gonna take a taxi back to the hotel, and they're just gonna stay there for like 6 more days, and then come back.
Taxi life sim stream.
Dude, I went to fucking Istanbul early this year. And it took us 2 hours by car to get to one of the tourist destinations from the hotel that was relatively in the downtown. 2 hours. The traffic is insane. This guy is not... Like, if he is going to rent a car, he's definitely getting in an accident. 1,000%. And if he takes a taxi or a form of public transport, he's probably going to get fucking murdered or... he's gonna die from the exhaustion. And let's not talk about Cat. Cat cannot physically keep up with actual vacation like this. No. You should just go to a vacation somewhere 10 minutes away from where he lives and be in a hotel and watch some DVDs of SpongeBob and Ghostbusters, and that's gonna be it. That should be his vacation. Everything else is just too strenuous.
Stream that... Apparently, there's a super train that travels through major European countries. And maybe we'd like to take the train, like fly over to the UK, start there, jump on the train, take it to the next country over, take it to the next country over. So basically...
Yeah, this might exist for the countries that are in the Schengen thing. I think it should be this. Yeah, the Schengen train refers to train travel within the Schengen area, a group of 26 European countries that have abolished passport and border controls at their mutual borders, which is a very cool idea. I've traveled between them, and it's seamless. It is seamless. But then you have to get off the train and walk and actually go and see stuff. It's not just being on a train.
Spend a day or two in each country doing fun stuff.
Yeah, good luck with that. It's going to take you a day or two to get from the fucking train to your hotel and then go to one other place and then go back. That's one of your days. Considering it's Dark Side Phil, this is exactly what's going to happen. Someone else could pull it off differently. If you're like in your 20s or you're not Dark Side Phil, which is basically a pretty wide net of people, you're probably going to have a good time. That sounds like a good idea for a vacation.
Countryside, eating delicious food, stuff like that, until finally we get to the other.
Yeah, good luck with that. Well, dreaming is for free.
He'll be walking more in a day than, say, 3 months. He'll get microfractures in his
Yeah.
bones and flies home on a stretcher. He'll blame the asphalt in Europe. Also, he'll love Deutsche Bahn being hours late.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love Europe, and everything that he didn't know about it, he's gonna discover, and he's gonna love it definitely. I would advise him probably just go to one place in a country that is not too crowded, so you can have the chance to go to different places. You could go to Amsterdam. I think for somebody who has never been in Europe like Dave, you should go to Amsterdam because it's clean, it's pretty tidy. You can go see what the red light district is about. There's plenty of cultural places, there's some good food, and it's not like crazy overcrowded, or at least well, as a capital, it is pretty crazy, but, you know, all things considered, you don't expect there to be nobody. So, yeah, I would recommend this. Or maybe Budapest, or maybe Prague. Those are some classic destinations. Maybe go to Greece. He can go to Greece, because he's greasy enough as it is. Not like he needs any more of that, but he's going to fit right in.
I don't know, take the train back and then fly back from the UK. I don't know how we would do it, but I think that would be really cool to do like a tour. Will it ever happen? I have no idea.
Yeah, he's definitely getting shanked in London. I don't consider him ever going to London. Bad idea.
At least I can say this. It's possible. Previously, with the way that my life was going financially...
No, it's not possible. This is just... We're just dangling the carrot in front of the pig's face. No.
Everything, it was like, that will never...
No, it's not possible. You're never going to do that. It's never going to happen.
Never happen. Now, at least it's possible.
Oh, yeah, the UK isn't in the EU, but... is different.
It's not probable, but it's possible it could happen. So
I don't exactly know what's going to happen.
Right? I received a $2 tip. Someone says, is Jasper your cat? No. Wait, yes. Yes, he's my cat.
Haha, you see, this was like a thing.
Yes, he's my cat.
Okay, I see disagreement about my Amsterdam take in the chat. I'm just going to say whenever I've been there, because I live relatively close by, whenever I've been there, it was all right. Or at least it was meeting my expectations. So maybe I just had pretty generous expectations for what it was going to be. Of course, it's full of immigrants. There's a lot of people there. But the touristy stuff is manageable. It's all right. If you've never been to Europe and you want to get like a feel for what Europe in general is about, I guess that works.
Does she say, no, he's our cat. He's both my cat and my wife's cat.
Yeah, man. Okay.
He's our cat, not my cat. There you go. So now we're up to $100 to support. Can we hit the goal before we start the game? We have a chance. We could hit the goal before we even boot the game. That would be amazing. That would be outstanding.
Oh, yeah. London and Paris, never. Never. I wouldn't go to Paris.
6 more goals.
First of all, it's super cliche. And second of all, I haven't seen a single person of my friends, people that I know, that has come back from Paris and actually had good things to say about it.
To go for Grillo's Pickles. Only 6 goals to hit during this stream, and we could do it right. I would do DSP Tries It, Grillo's Pickles right now if we hit the 6 goals. So let's get it going.
But I don't like those destinations too. Those like literal tourist traps. The most
on different trains in the countries, but the ticket works for everything. Oh, that sounds neat. That sounds pretty cool. Interrail.
Yeah, bro, you're not doing that. Why are we pretending to be entertaining the possibility of this happening? It's not happening. Come on, in the next 20 years. We don't know if we're going to be alive in the next 20 years. Plus, people are dying, DSP, and you're concerned about going on vacation? People are dying. Have you been to Syria? Come on, man.
I know, I'm at 100 right now, so we need to hit 50 more, and we get to 44 goals. Then we just need 6 more. That's another $900. That's all. So technically, I need $950, and then we can do DSP Tries It, Grillo's Pickles on this stream. So let's get it going. Why not? I'll do it. I'm down for it. I'm ready for those pickles. I was ready for the pickles on Monday.
No, I didn't go to school in the USA. I just watched a bunch of TV and cartoons, and I played video games. And yeah, I fake the accent. That's literally it. That's literally it.
Incidents happened where they did not put.
And I had one of my coworkers right now. When I started, he thought that I lived in the USA, and I'm like, no, I just watch TikTok. That's pretty much it, dude.
In the app, I couldn't get it because the local one closed. All this baloney this week, this pickle madness, this pickle drop.
Because that's the thing. I think with pretty much every language, of course, you kind of have to be the type of person that learns languages pretty intuitively or relatively easy, I guess. But you just have to surround yourself with it and listen to the way people are speaking it, the way they're pronouncing stuff. And I guess eventually you're just going to start learning it. I've also learned a lot of English and on an academic level, which I don't know to which extent it actually helped me improve or not, but I guess I'm glad I did.
I've had enough of the pickle drama, all right? I just want the pickles now. I want to eat them. I've been waiting all this time, and I've been denied delicious pickles.
But Phil, people are dying, and we're talking about pickles.
I can't stand it. I want the pickles. Just do DSP tries it when I hit the
He
goal.
can't go to Japan.
Nope.
The speed of the Shinkansen would put too much pressure on his spine, so they can't take the train. And he can't drive on the left. This man will expire before ever leaving the country. Damn, that's sad.
Yeah, or maybe, I don't know. I think at some point he's gonna have some like weird vacation. He might actually take a loan to go on vacation, because some people do that. This is one of the most insane things I've ever heard. Taking a loan to go on vacation. But he might actually do that. I'm considering that he might do that at some point and go to Hawaii. It's entirely possible. Because it's just like, it's DSP. It seems like a thing that DSP would do, in my mind, based on no evidence other than my own observations.
Will, when we hit the 50 goals goal, I will do DSP tries it, as we do. You're correct. Jade says, what team will I play tonight? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll go back to like I was playing with Iori and Morrigan and some Vega, or maybe I'll pick the better team. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling today. Your future stepdad just gifted 5 subs over on Kick. That's $25 of support from your future stepdad. Finally, some Kick support this morning. Thank you to your future stepdad. 5 subs. We're now up to 1.
Bro, no. He needs like some more innovative way of begging. I don't know how, but he needs to come up with it.
$25 away from hitting.
Because here's the thing, right? When you start streaming or making online content, you will inevitably be inspired by somebody that you've been watching before you started doing the thing. And then, step by step, you establish your own memes, you establish your own culture of the stream, you establish your own way of doing things, and it becomes distinct for you. With him, I guess there are many of those things, but they don't feel natural. They kind of feel borrowed or just mimicked, I guess. Mimicked is the best way I can say it. It's like he saw somebody using his microphone like this and putting his microphone this high, so he just did that. He saw somebody having a LED panel like this, so he just did that. And it's still like 17 years into it. You're supposed to be like an innovator and you're just biting everybody else's ideas. I don't know, man. Just like try doing something original for yourself. That is a good thing. I'm not talking about the begging, which is pretty much distinct of who he is.
The goal. Can we do it right now?
Oh, we got 20 more minutes till the end of the shift, dude. I work so hard today.
Daniel D says, if we already raised the money for the pickles menu, why do we have to do it again? Well, Daniel D, I have to ask you a question. Did we do a DSP tries it this week already? Yeah.
I don't know.
It was on Tuesday, remember?
No.
Was it the Grillo's pickle menu? No, it wasn't. It was Jollibee, remember? Right? So we raised the funds. We did the reward. Now you got to raise the funds again to do the next reward. That's why it's a reward, because it's done in response to something else positive. Get it?
You get it?
It's cause and
The
effect.
get it thing is so lame.
You get your
What was the
reward.
previous? Okay, there was like a couple of other things he used to say Yeah, I don't think he says in reality anymore. I don't think he says the bottom line is, and the bottom line is, dude, that used to be so hype. Whenever he said the bottom line is, you know, he was gonna say something super serious. What was I gonna look up? Piggo.net. Let's look at the graph for the bottom line is. Let's see when the bottom line died. Oh, he used it on the 15th of May this year, but he's said it only a couple of times this year in general. Look at this. Holy shit. After 2020, the bottom line is completely evaporated. What happened? And it dropped from 49 mentions to 9, and then to 2 and 3. I think he got bullied away with it. Get it, Chief? Can we do the Get it, Chief? Yeah, that's the new one. I was asking more for the older ones. Oh, that being said, yeah, let's see that being said. I love that it's associated with like a commonly said phrase. That's a very important thing when you're branding yourself. Make sure people associate it with something else. That's why I picked an animal, because I wanted it to be random as fuck, but I also wanted it to be a semi-recognizable animal. Yeah, that being said, dude, he was dropping it so hard in 2022, and then it crashed out completely. Let's say get it. Get it? And then I'm going to look up Chief. Okay. Get it? I don't think Pig gets it. Or maybe there's like, oh yeah, there's insane amounts of results. This is not going to give me a good sample. Because sometimes he's going to say, well, I don't know when I'm going to get it. Or something like that. And that's just going to break the whole trend. Let's check Chief. I want to see the Chief. And yeah, there's been a spike in February 2024. But here, not much. Let's see the last couple of entries. Handkerchief, Chieftain, Master Chief, Editor-in-Chief, Trust in Me, Tribal Chief. Yeah, that's not reliable. Not reliable data. Let's just assume that he said some cool stuff.
Get it? It's not rocket.
Yeah, let's do ya get it. Ya get it? Is it ya get it? Ya get it. I don't think this is going to come up. Yeah. Oh, well, incredible grind style game. Ya get it? Okay, let's look up only style. Incredible grind.
Grind style game? Yeah, get it. It's worth playing.
Oh, no, he didn't even say that. No, really. Oh, yeah, the no, really one. Style, are we styling? Oh, my God, he's been styling a lot in 2022. That was the style in the wild, dude. Now we got 24, and here it's been... it's still relatively good. Let's... I want to see Woke. Because he's one of the biggest anti-woke soldiers. Oh my God, look at this. Holy shit. Oh, you guys can't even see this because I'm not even sharing the screen properly. Look at this shit. So we started the ascend. Let's say here somewhere. September 2024. And here, in April, he said woke. Fucking 105 times. That's insane. Cuck? Are we gonna look up cuck? Oh, there's what? What did he say? 29 times he said cuck in 2022. Why? Oh, the night cuckoo. Yeah, the cuckoo nights in Elden Ring. Okay, I get it. Get it, Chief? In here, let's look up retard. That's gonna be the last one. Mouth drooling retards, retardedly, retarder. What? Retarder?
Do some retarder decrease in their life, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, let's see what he's saying. Because he's got like a really weird thing with saying retard. Because he thinks like he really wants to say it. It's probably one of the people that I've seen the most want to actually say it for some reason. Because he knows it's like risque. But he knows he's going to get in trouble for it. So he just kind of says it in a way that is not cool. That you might as well just not say it. Just don't say it.
Retarder in decrease? Retarder decrease. A lot of people need that.
Most of them your fans though. But yeah, let's look at this. Oh my god, look at this here. 2010. October 2010, 78 counts. He says that as much as I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's insane. That's insane. He said it so many times.
Ricardo says a very chill.
Oh no, he said Ricardo, but he just said it like retarded.
Misfit Knight has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Misfit.
What? Dude, this guy would get if the YouTube terms of service were working as they supposed to, this guy would have been eradicated for one of those things.
Anyway,
thanks for Ricardo subscribing to the channel, dude. And then YouTube sees it as a hateful slur, and you get terminated.
Knight has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Misfit.
Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to do hate to say it, because he hates to say so many things. Hate to say it. Okay, we have 1,300 entries, and oh, he's been hating saying a lot of stuff recently. God damn. October 2022. Seems like October 2022 was a big year for weird stuff that he says. Okay, let's try and finish this thing.
Science, but some people seem to be slow on the uptake, if you know what I'm saying. So,
like retarded? Why don't you say it now?
Alex from Phoenix did a fun.
And he's the type of guy who says
rewatch GTA.
He says slurs so people can mindlessly seal clap to it, as if it's like it's an edgy thing. Oh my god, he has the audacity to call fucking Stuttering Craig a retard. Whoa, what a crazy guy. What an unhinged guy. You never know what he's gonna say next.
For a week ago, which one? Because I did two, right? I did one originally in 2012, and then I did a second one in 2019. 4 to 5 is a humongous leap in content. I suppose GTA 6's map will be 3 times bigger. Yeah, I think so. I think GTA 6 will be insane considering how long we waited for it. You would think they're going to go wild with the amount of content that will be in it, right? I would think so. If not, I mean, that would be a huge disappointment to wait all this time just for it to be, like, underwhelming, right? Why didn't I finish GTA 5 in first person? Pretty matter-of-factly, I played GTA 5 as a new release when it first came out. Okay? Then within, like, a year, they re-released GTA 5 on PlayStation 4, and people said, hey, we'd like to see you play.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's a good one. The one-time only offer. Well, this is a new thing, of course. Pig-Pig-Go-Net. So I'm not expecting anything special, but one-time only offer. Not gonna get much. Oh, we have one. And this is, oh, shaving the goatee.
Never offered to shave again. One time only, offering to shave if we get $900 on this stream. So we got to make it happen. Who's going to start dropping the hundos? Who's going to drop a hundo right now? $100 super chat right now. Boom. Who's going to do it?
No, I don't think anyone's going to do it. I don't think anyone, like, this is one of the most pathetic and lame segments he has, is whenever he thinks that someone's going to give him money and like has a segment like this and then no one gives him money. That's like that crash out he had about how if he doesn't ask for money, he's not going to get it. He was playing Claire Obscure at that point. And he was being like, okay, I'm going to fucking show you that this is how it works. And then he begged, and no one gave him $1. And completely debunked his whole fucking gimmick.
And on there.
That was a great crash out.
Immediately we realized this isn't going to be so fun because it's identical to the first run with better graphics and better frame rate. So people said, well, what's a gimmick that you could do to make it different? And the answer was play it in first person because you could do that on PS4. You couldn't do it on the originals on Xbox 360 and PS3. So we started doing that, but even then, after a few streams, people got very bored. They stopped showing up. We're complaining it was boring, so I dropped the playthrough because people were not watching it. You know, people wanted some other stuff, so we moved on. So, Ricari did a $10 super chat And Ricari says, RimWorld is a good game, but it is totally not for your style or audience.
What is his style or audience? What is his style? His style is low effort.
Baller alert.
Gay, drinking with friends at a bar. Not gay, asking men to pay you to clean out your closet while you drink feminine-style alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, and like look at your background. You would think this is like, isn't this called bisexual lighting? I remember there was like, yeah, literally bisexual lighting. It's an actual art style. It's the same shit.
Did you see
except, of course, it's not as intense. But you get it. It's exactly the same colors. Exactly the same colors. I remember there was like a trend. It even has a Wikipedia page. Simultaneous use of pink, purple, and blue lighting. It's used to represent bisexual characters. He's bi! I think I have the perfect clip from this. I think I sent one to ALT back in the day. I need
says,
to find
as of
it.
July 15th, restreamers that aren't transformative will be demonetized.
Yeah,
We
no.
talked about that, Ricari?
No, we're
So the funny
transformative
part
enough.
about that
If anything, we're just going to become more transformative. That's the solution. We just become more transformative and we win again. There you go. I'm so scared. Let's see this one. One? Takes so long.
Right? Like, I don't know. Okay, what do we got next here?
Okay, he's bi. He's bi.
He's gay. He's bi. He's at least bi. Look at the zest of
Yeah, this was it. This was it. He's gay. He's at least bi.
YouTube
At least.
and claims, oh, that's not even a change to our policy. That's always been an
Okay, this is the new gimmick. The new gimmick is DSP is bisexual.
So the question is if it's always been
Which he might be, nobody knows. The DSP sexuality is an open book. No one knows. He might have no gender. He might have multiple genders. He might be gender fluid.
effect, and why have they allowed it for so long? It very well could be that now they're just saying they're finally going to enforce their own rules. I don't know. But like I said earlier, you know what's going to happen is on this day when it goes into effect, anyone who is restreaming is going to be mass flagged. Because
what is no?
See if this works or not.
No. So this was what he meant by people gonna be mass flagged. So it's a dog whistle. He's dog whistling to you without explicitly making a call to action. He's telling you, quote unquote, what's gonna happen in a way to signal to you to do that same thing. Straight up just dog whistling Superhound to go DMCA people and flag them. Quote unquote, mass flag them. It's so fucking gay. It's not even bi. That's just straight up 1,000,000% gay. At least fucking make the call to action, you fucking bitch.
And it'll go from there. Maybe YouTube will actually enforce their policies, and maybe they won't.
What a fucking cuck.
I'm going to be doing my own thing, as always. I'll be making original content. I'm not going to be restreaming anyone, so I'm not worried. But
what about the DSP Reacts, buddy? What happened there? You were getting taken down for copyright left and right, and I stood up. Everybody else was up. DSP was the only guy to fall on his own video.
Everyone on the planet restreams me. They should probably be worried because you know people are going to be mass flagging each other.
No, they won't. They're going to be mass flagging each other. That's interesting.
About the troll community.
Oh, now he's gonna insert the infighting.
These idiots attack each other on a regular basis.
Yeah, are we supposed to not? Are we supposed to be the hive mind? That's what we're supposed to be. So then he can complain about us being a hive mind. And then when we disagree, they're fucking attacking each other. No, you don't have to like the other people. You can just straight up go out and shit on them. Why the fuck not? I hate the idea of the detractor community because it doesn't exist. And you shouldn't approach it as such or you're gonna fucking lose. I think many people like to throw around the SOK term, but they don't really understand what it means. They just treat everybody they don't like as the SOK. They don't really understand what it means. Because their biggest problem was treating the detractor community as one, as an actual community. And then they completely fucking failed. But people don't understand that. They don't think about that. They think about people they don't like as the SOK.
They do. They try to...
DSP's the SOK, because I don't like him.
So I guarantee you they're going to be trying to take each other down and doing fucked up stuff. I'll be sitting here making my own content.
Yeah, we're already preemptively saying that he has nothing to do with the copyright strikes that certain person might make.
Watching the world burn around me because it's not even
Yeah, sounds good.
this whole weird orbiting world of morons around me. I have nothing to do with that. Habib did a £7, 33-cent super chat, which is the equivalent of $10 USD, which means as of right now, it is absolutely, positively, 100% official. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit my support goal for this stream before we even finished the podcast.
Yeah, I agree with this. It's like the seltzer drinking community, the comb owner community. It's like, if you think about it as a community, the barrier of entry is so low. All you have to do, I guess what qualifies you to be a member of the Detractor community is to don't like Phil, which is pretty much everybody. It's like liking to drink water. Of course. And it doesn't exist because there's no coordination. Everybody does whatever the fuck they want. Some people think he's gay. Other people think he's straight. Some people think he's a fucking porn addict. Other people think he's an alcoholic. Whatever. And it doesn't fucking matter. You can think whatever you think.
4 goals out of 50 hit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so
And the lamest shit, and what tells me that you don't understand how the internet works, is approaching it like a community and trying to moderate the unified Detractor community and trying to police the unified Detractor community. Because no one's going to listen to you, and they're going to make fun of you, and they're going to call you a faggot, and they're going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Because that's literally how the internet trolls work. Literally.
so much for filling the king's...
Oh, and he get the money? Okay, I can go home now. I got 3 minutes until 6 o'clock.
I mean, you have to understand that thing had to evolve and change. I couldn't continue to be a offline style creator to survive. I just couldn't. I had to evolve. Right now, most of my income comes from streams, whether it's super chats, memberships, subs, tips, and now some of the partner revenue that I get from viewers over on Kick. Like, that's the majority of my income. Do I make on demand?
I've heard so many things be the majority of his income. I've heard YouTube contributions be the majority of his income. I hear tips being the majority of his income. I've heard memberships be the majority of his income. I've heard so many things be the majority of his income over the years. It's just hard to take him at his word about anything.
Style ad revenue? Yeah, I do, but it's definitely not the vast majority of income that I make. It's a small portion of this bigger pot that I get. So if I wasn't a live streamer with crowdfunding, I'd be out of business. Why? Because literally everyone has stolen my content. What we're talking about right now with YouTube. People live restreaming, people ripping my videos and re-uploading them right away. Therefore, they get the initial views. So because of that, I never would have been able to have a living the way that I do today. It's their fault. They've stolen that from me by breaking the law. I had to become an interactive live streamer.
No. The law doesn't work on YouTube. The law is the next instance after YouTube. So to get to the law and sue somebody and open up your big, fat, fucking stroked out mouth, you need to go through YouTube first. And YouTube works in this way where you can DMCA somebody and then they can counterclaim. And unless you sue them, you have your dick in your hands. So enjoy having your flaccid penis in your hands, Phil. So it's not going to be the first time. Hopefully we don't get to see this one.
Thankfully I did. But I get what you're saying. It was definitely a different thing back then when it was just me and the game, hanging out, playing it, focused on it, with no interaction. I got a $1.30 tip from Toxic Toilet Juice. He said, detractors are leaking out of their pants in terror. There you go. Again,
yeah, there you go, yeah. I haven't actually heard anyone outside of probably 3 or 4 people talk about it. Like, not even be scared about it, just regularly talk about it. Reaction videos will always exist. Detractors of Darkside Phil will always exist because that's most people. Most people are Darkside Phil detractors because he's a delusional, mentally ill idiot. And people naturally dislike him. And they will continue to in one shape or form or the other. And they will adapt unlike him. So there you go.
Clear. I am going to be sitting here making content normally as I always do. I will not.
This sounds very sus. This sounds very sus. I don't know if I've ever seen him do this kind of shit before where he's preemptively making sure to clarify that he is not a part of any gay ops that might happen. It makes me think that, number one, he is about to do some stupid shit. Or number two, someone told him that they're about to do some stupid shit, and he said, well, I can't stop you, buddy. Go ahead, be a demon.
Involved in anything. I just...
that's pretty interesting.
What happens with these people blatantly violating copyright law happens, and that's their own fault, you know? If something happens, maybe it won't. Because like I said, YouTube is claiming they...
That's the type of shit like a mafia boss would say. Like, I don't know, man. You got a really nice channel going on here. That's a great channel. That would be a shame if something happens to it, but it would totally be your fault because I'm not around. Like, I'm just minding my own thing. I'm working my waste management business. I don't know anything about your sandwich shop, but if, for example, a rival sandwich shop decided to set it on fire, that would be very unfortunate. But that definitely would not be me.
Anything changing? Do you really think that YouTube hired a whole bunch of new people to enforce their own rules? I don't think so. So I don't think things will change, but... All right, folks, let's actually end the show. Now, a reminder, tomorrow is the big...
But I think the bottom line is that if he decides to play below the belt, then his detractors will retaliate. And that's why he hasn't started DMCA striking people himself. Because he would get fucked with in return. And I can guarantee this is going to happen. Because it usually does. People fuck with him for no reason. Let alone if they had a reason. So yeah, he's not going to go the LTG way. He's not going to do that shit. Because his detractors are more dedicated and, I guess, spiteful than the LTG trolls, and they will be back again and again and again on different websites with different names, and they will troll him for as long as he is alive. So what a better way than this to close out this stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for getting me through my work shift. I just clocked out, and I'm about to clock out here as well, and we clocked in at 3 hours and a half, which is pretty good. So thanks, everyone. I'll see you around on the next something. Stay flat, keep it sway.
The amount of clip, restream channels that got MLove DMCA right before the side scroller interview.
Yep, there was huge panic going on. Huge panic. And he didn't know. He didn't even know how panicked he was. He's got somebody on a leash, I can feel. I don't know why. Maybe just for the chaos. But this segment was very suspicious. I would put a mental bookmark on this segment. Because this sounded very interesting. It's almost like he was certain that this would happen. People are going to get flagged left and right. Very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. So yeah, thanks everybody. Big ups formally Chuck for the super chat just now. Keep your head flat. Get some tummy time. Enjoy the 4th of July day. And most importantly, stay sway. Yong out.